There are a few clouds up there, but lots of blue sky, and we are hoping, and I mean hoping, for an excellent baseball game here today. When we come back from our first break on the Hoopie Insurance Services pregame show, we'll take a look back at this series, a tough one for the Wizards, and we'll also be looking at some statistical leaders and get ready for this game. Again, it's the finale of a four-game series, the Wizards and the Cedar Rapids Kernels. You are listening to the Hoopie Insurance Services pregame show on ESPN Radio 1380.
Homeowners insurance premiums are going through the roof. If your policy is coming up for renewal, call Hoopie Insurance Services and check out their competitive rates. Hoopie Insurance Services has been honored in the past as Indiana's Independent Agency of the Year. As an independent, they work with a number of different companies such as Central Insurance and will find your best deal. So if your homeowner's insurance renewal rate have you upset, call Matt or Roger today at Hoopie Insurance Services. The number's 486-7488.
Budweiser True Music is music created for real music lovers by real musicians, like the Donalds.
Have band favorites that maybe aren't the most popular for some people.
They mean something else to us. But we don't put any song on the record that we don't like.
We really tried hard to think of it as an album instead of let's write a single and then some other filler songs. I mean, I know everyone tries to write a great album, but I think that's really our focus. Yeah, a lot of people say it, but do they stress out about it and cry?
This moment of true music was brought to you by Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you looking for ways to improve your business telecommunications? Are you tired of high monthly rates, confusing bills, and poor customer service? InDigital Telecom can help. If you're a Fort Wayne business, InDigital can provide you with crystal clear digital phone service and screaming high-speed internet service anywhere in Allen County. And when it comes to customer service, like the Fort Wayne Wizards, we're hard to beat. Call us at 469-2010 or see us on the web at www.indigital.net. InDigital Telecom, official service provider for the Fort Wayne Wizards.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Welcome back to the Hoopie Insurance Services pregame show. We're here today at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, home to the Cedar Rapids Kernels, the Class A affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Fourth game of this four-game series, and as we take a quick look back, this trip began on early Monday morning. The Wizards made a nearly 8-hour bus ride, and over half of it came in through the rain from Fort Wayne to Cedar Rapids, which is coming off a Sunday night game against the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And they won that game to salvage one game out of four games against the Wisconsin. Long bus ride to Cedar Rapids, and the teams played here on the 4th of July, an afternoon contest, a late afternoon contest. And Fort Wayne in that game saw Cedar Rapids jump out to an early 3-0 lead. The Wizards came back with 2 runs in the third inning and actually tied the game in the fifth, only to see Cedar Rapids score once in the sixth and 2 more times in the eighth. And game one of this series went to Cedar Rapids by a score of 6-3. Clayton Hamilton suffered his 6th loss of the year to go along with 8 victories. That was Monday night. Then on Tuesday night in game 2 of the series, tough night for Joel Santo, the 20-year-old right-hander, gave up 4 runs in the very first inning, and that basically turned out to be the difference in the ball game. As Cedar Rapids went on to score a 7-3 win. Jesse Smith pitched the first 9-inning complete game of the year for Cedar Rapids. He gave up just 3 runs, 2 of those earned on 5 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 6, and retired, I believe it was 15 of the last 16 batters he faced. And the Wizards lost that second game again 7-3. Last night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, again, Cedar Rapids, thanks to a gift, an error on Tom Vincent, dropped a fly ball in the bottom of the second inning, and Cedar Rapids, being opportunistic, took advantage of that miscue and scored 2 runs. Took an early 2-0 lead. The Wizards, to their credit, did come back, and they scored 3 times in the top half of the third inning and actually had the lead 3-2, only to see the Kernels tie it up in the bottom of the fourth inning on a double by Jordan Renz. They tied the game, and then they won it in the bottom of the sixth off of reliever Phil Polanco, just recalled to the Wizards due to an injury to right-hander Vern Sterry. Wizards had the bases loaded in the fifth inning and were not able to score. That came back to haunt Fort Wayne, but it's just the little things right now that are hurting this ball club. And stop and think, the Wizards are 2-14 in the second half, and they've only been blown out of 1 game out of the 14. And I think, if my memory is correct, they have had the lead at one point in time in 10 of the 14 games. So it's just little things here, mental mistakes, just not getting the key hit. Every now and then the pitching is bogged down a little bit. It's been a tough stretch, but hopefully there's always a new day. The sun comes up, and perhaps today the Wizards will get back on the winning track. Well, we're going to take another break on the Hoopie Insurance Service pregame show. When we return, we'll give you today's starting lineups and also tell you what else is going to happen here in the Midwest League. Again, they call this Getaway Day, the final day of a series, and the Wizards hope to make their getaway a successful one as they will get ready to take on the Cedar Rapids Kernels. We'll continue with more of the Hoopie Insurance Services pregame show in just a moment here on ESPN Radio 1380.
Are you getting tired of not finding a reclining chair for your living room that you would feel comfortable in? Are you frustrated that you can't find a bedroom set that's both beautiful and durable? Or how about a dining room set that's just the right size for you? Then stop in at McGregor Furniture in downtown Columbia City. They offer a complete stock of home furnishings, floor coverings, and bedding to easily meet all of your needs. A proud supplier of Wolf bedding products. McGregor Furniture is open from 9 to 6 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 8 on Friday, and 9 to 5 on Saturday. That's McGregor Furniture in downtown Columbia City.
With the volatility in our economy, many people are finding themselves with a new employer or temporarily between jobs. Either situation can put you in a panic regarding medical insurance. Relax. Hoopie Insurance Services has a number of short-term plans at affordable rates that will carry you through until you qualify for workplace insurance benefits. You may be tempted to go without medical insurance. That's a risk you don't want to take. Call Hoopie Insurance Services at 486-7488. Their family, serving your family since 1981.
Bob Rorman's Fort Wayne Kia is proud to sponsor Fort Wayne Wizards baseball. Get to Fort Wayne Kia in the 1469 Auto Mall for the best selection of new Kias and pre-owned vehicles in all of Northeast Indiana. Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. You can shop them on the web 24 hours at www.fortwaynekia.com. Make every mile count at Fort Wayne Kia. Exit 105A off I-69 in the 1469 Auto Mall. The best selection, best service, and best price.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Welcome back to the Hoopie Insurance Services pregame show. The Wizards and Cedar Rapids Kernels getting ready to duke it out for the fourth time in a row. Time now to bring you our starting lineups, brought to you by the accounting firm of Haynes, Eisenbarger & Skiba. They focus on tax and estate planning along with financial planning for the visiting Fort Wayne Wizards. A shake-up of the lineup today by manager Randy Reddy. Leading off and playing in right field will be Matt Thayer. Batting second in left field, Brian Fryer. Tom Vincent will bat third. He's today's designated hitter. Batting fourth and playing at first base, Colt Morton. Hitting fifth, doing the catching, Matt Lauderdale. Sean Kazmar will bat sixth. He's at second base, followed by Matt Bush, the shortstop, who hits seventh. Hitting eighth will be the center fielder, Yordani Ramirez, and batting ninth, the third baseman, Baudilio Figueroa. Again, that's Thayer in right, Fryer in left, Vincent the DH. Morton at first base, Lauderdale the catcher, Kazmar at second, Bush the shortstop, Ramirez in center, Figueroa at third, and on the mound, left-hander Fabian Jimenez. The Wizards are managed by Randy Reddy. Steve Weber is the pitching coach, Max Venable the hitting coach, Paul Navarro the trainer. Dan Brophy, strength and conditioning coach, and Big E, Efren Victoria, the clubhouse manager. For the home team on the scoreboard, the Cedar Rapids Kernels, a little bit of a shake-up their lineup as well. Leading off today, playing shortstop, will be Sean Rodriguez. Batting second and in center field, Richard Giannotti. Hitting third and playing third, Freddy Sandoval. And the cleanup spot will be Michael Collins, but instead of catching, today he's playing at first base. Hitting fifth and in left field is Drew Toussaint. Warner Madrigal will bat sixth. He's today's designated hitter. Hitting seventh and in right field will be Jordan Renz. Tim Duff, just getting promoted up here to Cedar Rapids, will play his first game for the Kernels. He's behind the plate. He'll bat eighth, and batting ninth and at second base, Jason Ramos. Again, that's Rodriguez at short, Giannotti in center, Sandoval at third. Collins at first, Toussaint in left, Madrigal the DH, Renz in right, Duff the catcher, Ramos at second, and on the mound, the left-hander, Joe Torres. Cedar Rapids is managed by Bobby Magianis. Kernan Ronan is the pitching coach, Justin Bauman the hitting coach, Eric Munson is the trainer, Chick Miller the strength and conditioning coach, and Rody Pline the equipment manager. Just had our meeting at home plate between our managers and the umpires. Today behind the plate is Jeff Lascola, and on the bases it's Joe Dobo. Umpires brought to you by Western Family Eye Care. They provide excellent eye care with locations in Columbia City and Churubusco. Western Family Eye Care, where the Wizards go for their vision services. Well, the Kernels are taking the field defensively. That'll signify the end of the Hoopie Insurance Service pregame show. When we return, the series finale, the Wizards and Kernels. Stay tuned. You'll catch every exciting pitch coming up next right here on ESPN Radio 1380.
No one ever plans to drive drunk, yet grown-ups and young people are injured or die every day in alcohol-related crashes. You are best prepared to make good decisions before consuming alcohol. Think through your options and make a commitment to arrive home safely. Other innocent drivers, friends, and family members will thank you. The Parkview Level 2 Adult and Pediatric Trauma Center reminds you to protect yourself and those you care about by choosing a designated driver. Plan ahead for your good health.
The place to go for all of your vehicle repairs is Peter's Body Shop. Conveniently located on the corner of Bluffton and Sandpoint Roads near the Waynedale section of Fort Wayne, Peter's Body Shop offers the very latest in computerized technology. Their professional and courteous staff knows how to take care of their customers as well. Having been in the business for 25 years, they're known for being both collision experts and insurance claims specialists. And they have a direct repair arrangement with most major insurance carriers. Call 747-7780. They're open weekdays till 5:30. Peter's Body Shop, the place to go for vehicle repairs in the Summit City.
Homeowners insurance premiums are going through the roof. If your policy is coming up for renewal, call Hoopie Insurance Services and check out their competitive rates. Hoopie Insurance Services has been honored in the past as Indiana's Independent Agency of the Year. As an independent, they work with a number of different companies such as Central Insurance and will find your best deal. So if your homeowner's insurance renewal rates have you upset, call Matt or Roger today at Hoopie Insurance Services. The number's 486-7488.
All sports, all day, all night. With Sports Center updates every 20 minutes. This is WKJG, Fort Wayne's ESPN Radio 1380.
Marcia Hughes with our national anthem here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids. Wizards and the Kernels getting ready to wrap up this four-game series. And again, we want to remind you that our starting lineups today were courtesy of the certified public accounting firm of Haynes, Eisenbarger, and Skiba. They specialize in accounting and auditing along with business valuation. 78 degrees now. That's our game time temperature, and that is brought to you by Rolf Griffin Heating and Air Conditioning. Kernels are taking the field defensively, wearing their home white uniforms with red lettering, red numbers on the back. They're wearing a two-toned hat today, black with the red bill, identical to their parent team, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Defensively, Drew Toussaint is in left field, Richard Giannotti in center, and Jordan Renz over in right. Freddy Sandoval is at third base, Sean Rodriguez at shortstop, Jason Ramos taking his first appearance at second base. Michael Collins moving over from the catcher spot to first base. Tim Duff is behind the plate, and on the mound, the left-hander, Joe Torres. Torres making his sixth start for Cedar Rapids. Last time out was on July 2nd against Lansing. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, walked 6, struck out 4, and threw a wild pitch. Was charged with the loss as Kernels lost that game to the Lugnuts. He has worked in 5 previous appearances, 14 2/3 innings. He has given up 15 runs all earned on 11 hits. He's walked 8. There's got to be a misprint. He's walked 30 and struck out 8. Wow. No misprint. 5 against South Bend, 6 against Burlington, 6 against Clinton, 7 against Peoria, and 6 against Lansing. 30 walks, 8 strikeouts, 5 wild pitches. Opposition hitting just .224 against him. And he will see Matt Thayer, Brian Fryer, and Tom Vincent to start this ball game off. Matt Thayer playing in his 3rd game since joining this ball club a few days ago. He's batting .375. That's 3 hits and 8 trips to the plate. No home runs. 2 runs batted in. The windup and the first pitch is a fastball way outside. Ball 1. We are underway at high noon. Got this game started right on time. The 1-0 is inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count to Matt Thayer. The Kernel outfield playing straight up. Infield back, except for the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval, who is just about even with the bag. The 2-0 pitch is a letter-high fastball called a strike by our home plate umpire today, Jeff Lascola. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Torres into the motion. The next pitch misses outside, and it's 3-1. Again, Brian Fryer waits on deck. Just underway here in Cedar Rapids. Glad you could join us for this midday edition of Fort Wayne Wizards Baseball. Thayer wraps the next pitch off his left ankle, and he's hopping like a kangaroo, saying, ouch, ouch, ouch. Count now is full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I want to welcome you aboard, those that are listening on ESPN Radio 1380 or over the internet at FortWayneWizards.com. Glad you could join us. And those of my colleagues back in the Wizards offices, hope things are going well back in the Summit City. I might see my desk sometime between midnight and 1 o'clock this morning when we get back from Cedar Rapids. But hopefully we'll keep you entertained and bring home a victory on getaway day. Full count pitch is high and outside, ball 4. Matt Thayer starts this ball game off with the base on balls. Runner on, nobody out. Here comes the left fielder today, Brian Fryer. Chris Colcourse gets the day off. Brian, Mr. Versatility, along with Baudilio Figueroa. Originally an infielder, Brian has played in all 3 outfield spots since he's been with the ball club. He's hitting .278 with 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in, hits from the right side. And he takes a fastball belt high for a strike, 0-1. The first baseman, Michael Collins, holding onto the bag, trying to keep Thayer close. The rest of the infield in double play depth, and the outfield is straight up. Torres to the belt. Looks at first. Fastball is outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Wizards need to be patient today at the plate. They look at the numbers, just as I was kind of surprised. Torres walked, now with his walk to Thayer, has walked 31 batters. He brings a fastball home. It's hit on the ground to third. Sandoval over to second for 1. The relay to first is in time by half step. It is a 5-4-3 double play. Sandoval to Ramos covering the bag at second. The relay throw to Collins in time. And just like that, the bases are empty, and there are now 2 outs in the top half of the first inning. That'll bring up today's designated hitter, Tom Vincent. Tom comes in batting .277 with no home runs, 25 runs batted in. He takes a fastball low, ball 1. Tom went 3 for 5 last night, scored a run, knocked in a run. Hits a high chopper to first. Collins has it. He'll underhand it to Torres covering the bag. And the inning is over as Vincent is retired. First baseman to the pitcher covering. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Kernels coming to bat in their half of the first. There is no score. This is Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Hold on, pal. You can't ride the roller coaster.
Why not?
Because you're a
Crunchwrap?
A what?
A Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme. All the classic Taco Bell tastes you love. Beefy, melty, crunchy, cool.
Look, it's a safety issue.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm grilled up in a flour tortilla, so I'm portable. I'm perfect for cars, boats, planes, bobsleds.
You've been on a bobsled.
No.
The new Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. A crunchy tostada shell, seasoned beef, warm nacho cheese sauce, juicy tomatoes, and cool sour cream grilled up in a flour tortilla for maximum portability. For classic Taco Bell tastes that are good to go, you've got to think outside the bun. For limited time only at participating locations. Craving a taste for late-night excitement? Taco Bell is open late, so you can feed your need for all the crunchy, spicy, grilled, and melty stuff you crave. Spice up the night. Think outside the bun. Open till 2 a.m. or later. Hours may vary by location.
For everything you need for your dog, cat, bird, fish, or other pets in your house, Pet Supplies Plus offers one-stop shopping for your family's pet. Pet Supplies Plus has a wide selection of food, toys, starter kits, and other needs for your current or future pet. Call Pet Supplies Plus at 483-2930. Visit their store on Coldwater Road next to Shoe Carnival in Fort Wayne, or visit their website at PetSuppliesPlus.com. Pet Supplies Plus, proud sponsors of the Fort Wayne Wizards.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Crown Battery Systems of Fort Wayne presents today's Wizards Battery of the Game. The starting pitcher for Fort Wayne, the left-hander Fabian Jimenez, and behind the plate, it's Matt Lauderdale. Crown Battery Systems, located at 3000 East Washington Boulevard in Fort Wayne, offers a multitude of different types of batteries, including lawn and garden, commercial, automotive, marine, or Optima. Bottom of the first inning. Cedar Rapids coming to bat. There is no score. Defensively, the Wizards have Brian Fryer in left field, Jordani Ramirez in center, and Matt Thayer in right. Cordelia Figueroa is at third base. Matt Bush is the shortstop. It's Sean Kazmar at second. Colt Morton playing first base for the first time this year. Matt Lauderdale behind the plate, and the 18-year-old left-hander Fabian Jimenez trying to improve on a 4-9 record. The first pitch he throws to shortstop Sean Rodriguez is a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Rodriguez batting .265 with 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in, gets from the right side and takes a fastball low on inside to count even at 1-1. The Wizard outfield is shaded slightly towards right. They're back deep at second and short, about halfway at first and third. Fastball is low, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Sean Rodriguez. Last night, Sean went 0 for 4. Fabian Jimenez goes into the motion. The 2-1 pitch misses low on the inside, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. Fabi has had a rough go as of late. He has lost his last 5 decisions, but prior to that, back on the 31st of May, he threw 8 shutout innings against Quad City, so the youngster has some talent. He just has to develop it. There's a fastball belt high called a strike by our home plate umpire, Jeff Lascola. The count has run its course. It's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The windup by the left-hander. The full count pitch is chopped foul off to the left towards the Wizard dugout, which is on the third base side. And we'll have the full count delivery all over again. In a bright sunny day here in Cedar Rapids, a light but decent crowd here at the ballpark. The next 3-2 pitch misses inside, ball 4, so Rodriguez, much as Matt Thayer in the top half of this inning, starts things off with a base on balls. Runner on at first base, nobody out. Here is Richard Giannotti playing center field today. Last night and in the series opener on Monday, he was in left field. The right-hand hitting Giannotti, hitting .259 with 3 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Jimenez to the belt, looks at first, brings it home with the fastball up high, ball 1. Again, the Wizard outfield shaded slightly towards right. The infield is in double play depth at second, short, and third. Colt Morton holding onto the bag at first, trying to keep Sean Rodriguez close. Rodriguez 17 out of 26 in stolen base attempts. The pitch, grounder, foul past third base. That didn't miss being fair by much. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count to Richard Giannotti with Freddy Sandoval waiting on deck. We'll see what Fabian Jimenez can throw on this 1-1 pitch. The left-hander is ready. Here's a ball hit down the right field line, but it's tailing foul and out of play. Giannotti trying to go the other way with the pitch. Sliced it foul, and now he's behind in the count 1-2. And the Wizards, they interplay today in the basement in the Eastern Division in the second half with a record of 2-12. South Bend on top with a mark of 9-5. The Wizards will be at South Bend tomorrow night to start a 4-game series with their arch rivals, the Silverhawks. Jimenez ready. Now he's going to throw over to first, and back in standing up is the base runner, Sean Rodriguez. In case you just joined us, the Wizards did not score in the top half of the first inning. Sean Rodriguez has walked to start the Kernel half. Giannotti at the plate with a count of 1-2. Fabian Jimenez looks at first, brings it home, and it's a fastball fouled off to the right and out of play. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Richard Giannotti. On the left, right-hand batter's box now, looking down at his manager, Bobby Magianis, in the third base coaching box. Now he gets back in. Giannotti, 6'3", 180 out of Plantation, Florida. Let's see what happens on this edition of the 1-2. Pitch is outside for a ball. Lauderdale was ready to fire down to first base, but decided to hang on to the ball instead. As deuce is wild, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second batter of the inning, center fielder Richard Giannotti. And let's see if Rodriguez is off and running on this 2-2 pitch. Maybe a chance for a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Instead, a throw over to first, as Jimenez had an idea, and so did Randy Reddy and pitching coach Steve Weber, that Rodriguez might be off and running. Again, Fabian Jimenez looks into the Lauderdale for the sign. Now the left-hander is ready. Runner does keep bluffs going as a fly ball to left. Brian Fryer has a bead on it. He's waiting, makes the catch. Playing a little over halfway was the base runner Rodriguez, and he put on his track shoes and made a beeline back to first base. 1 away as Giannotti flies out to left, and this will bring to the plate the switch-hitting third baseman Freddy Sandoval. Sandoval comes in today batting .266 with 2 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Last night, Freddie was 1 for 4. That one hit his 22nd double of the year. He'll bat right-handed against the southpaw Jimenez. Fastball in for a strike. To throw to first. Swipe tag just missed. Is getting back to the bag like a cat with 9 lives, Sean Rodriguez. Good, strong, accurate throw from Matt Lauderdale from his knees to first baseman Colt Morton. Different lineup today, implemented by manager Randy Reddy, trying to get this ball club up and moving. The 0-1 pitch is lifted in the air to right field. Matt Thayer went back. Now he comes in, makes the catch, throws it back into his cutoff man, Sean Kazmar. Sandoval out on a fly to right. There are now 2 outs in the bottom half of the first inning. Sean Rodriguez still on at first base. And that'll bring up the Kernel cleanup hitter, first baseman today, Michael Collins. Collins was behind the plate for the first 3 games of this series. He comes in batting .345 with 5 home runs and 34 runs batted in. He hits from the right side. Again, the outfield shaded to right. The infield is back except for Morton with 2 outs. Up throw to first. And back in with a hand first slide is Rodriguez. Now, Collins gets out of the right-hand batter's box, takes a long look down at his third base coach, manager Bobby Magianis. Now he's ready to go. Again, another throw to first. Back in, standing up is Rodriguez. The Wizards are pretty convinced that Rodriguez is going to try taking off at some point during this at-bat. Cedar Rapids continues to lead the Midwest League in stolen bases. Fastball, belt high, called a strike by our home plate umpire, Jeff Lascola. 0-1. Fabian Jimenez, after giving up a leadoff walk, has retired the next two batters he's faced on outfield fly balls. Now it's 0-1 to Michael Collins. Now time's called. As Jimenez stepped off the slab for a moment. Now he's back up on the hill. Staring down at first, fires a fastball, grounder up the middle, backhanded by Kazmar. He throws to first. Not in time. They say it's an infield hit. Tough play for Shaw. That ball was hit past Jimenez, heading for center field. Kazmar went to his right, was back behind the bag, almost on the edge of the outfield grass, was able to field it. Unable to get the ball to Bush, covering the bag at second for the force. Shaw then whirled and fired to first baseman Colt Morton, but not in time. It's an infield hit for Collins. And Cedar Rapids is still alive here in the bottom of the first. They now have two runners on with two outs. And that'll bring up left fielder Drew Toussaint. He takes a fastball low, ball one. Toussaint batting .286 with 11 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Last night he went 2 for 3, scored twice, knocked in one as well. He's a right-hand hitter. The outfield cheated to right. The infield still back, all four locations. Runners with decent leads at first and second. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's in there for a strike. Good live fastball. Belt high in the inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count to Toussaint. Warner Madrigal waits on deck. Jimenez trying to get out of this jam here in the bottom half of the first inning. Now he's ready to rock and roll. Looks back at second. The 1-1. Low and inside. Nice block by Lauderdale. No chance for the base runners to advance. It's 2 balls and a strike. Organ noise in the background. A lot of youngsters here this afternoon. Seeing them wear some Little League t-shirts. 2-1 pitch is chopped on the left side. Bush gets it. Has to fire to first. Just in time. Matt was going to throw to Kazmar at second, realized he was not going to get the base runner, so he used that howitzer of an arm to gun down Toussaint and end this first inning. No runs for Cedar Rapids on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We head to the second, no score. This is Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Nobody knows golf or your golf game better than the friendly neighborhood experts at Pro Golf.
Okay, Pro Golf. I want to know the best way to play from the fringe. Right. Use your 7-iron like a putter. Okay. So tell me why you push your tee shots to the right. Maybe. Your hands are getting ahead of the club head. Keep a smooth tempo. Do you sell golf balls here or crystal balls?
No store knows more about golf than Pro Golf, America's favorite golf store. Our one-on-one, face-to-face personal attention for beginners and experts is why the only place to shop for everything golf is Pro Golf, where service fits you to a T.
When I grow up, I want to be an anesthesiologist. I want to be an aerospace engineer.
Merger and acquisition attorney.
Occupational therapist.
Certified public accountant.
Nothing's bigger than a child's dreams, except maybe the college tuition bills that will help them come true. With the College Choice 529 investment plan, you may save on taxes when you save for a child's college education. It's sponsored by the Indiana Education Savings Authority and distributed by One Group Dealer Services, member SIPC, and an affiliate of Bank One Corporation. For more information about College Choice, including an offering statement, contact your investment representative, call 1-866-400-PLAN, or visit collegechoiceplan.com.
This is Tim Berry, Indiana State Treasurer. We created the College Choice 529 investment plan with you, the Indiana citizen, in mind. Earnings are free from Indiana state income taxes. Think about how it might help someone you love get to college.
College Choice, working to make your child's dream a reality.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
When you're in the market for a quality pre-owned car at an affordable price, give the good folks at Auto Gallery a call. Bob Wilder and his staff will do everything they can to find a vehicle that meets your needs. That's Auto Gallery, located at 5006 Lima Road. Call 422-8689. Top of the second inning, Colt Morton standing in, takes a fastball outside from Joe Torres, ball one. Colt hitting .264, 10 home runs, a team high 46 runs batted in. The 1-0 is popped up, left side, third baseman Freddy Sandoval on the edge of the infield grass, two-handed for out number one. Morton pops out to third to start the Wizard half of the second inning. One away, and here is today's catcher, Matt Lauderdale. Laudy had a good game last night, 3 hits and 3 official at-bats. Rose his batting average up to .305. He has 2 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Swings and drills one down the left field line fair. That could be extra base as it bounces off the wall. Kassan up with it. Lauderdale digging for second. Here's the throw. He slides in safely. Lauderdale with his 11th double of the year, the first hit of the day for Fort Wayne, and he's in scoring position with 1 out. As he ripped a Torres fastball down the line, it bounced off the wall just to the right of the 315-foot mark. A good piece of hitting by Matt Lauderdale. That'll bring up second baseman Sean Kazmar. Sean comes in today batting .253 with 4 home runs and 29 runs batted in. He hits from the right side. Torres to the belt. Looks back at second. A fastball is way high. Ball one. And Joe Torres, a lively left arm, but it's not always accurate. Counting the walk to Thayer, he has given up 31 free passes this year. This is only his 6th start. Here's a ball, fouled off to the right. Cue shot. Dies in the grass, about 2/3 of the way down towards first base. Picked up by the first baseman Collins, who underhands it towards the Kernels dugout in the right field, or third base, or first base side, I should say. 1-1 the count to Sean Kazmar. Matt Bush waits on deck. The Kernel outfield pretty much straight up. They're back about 3/4 of the way at first, second, and third. The shortstop Rodriguez on the edge of the outfield grass. Joe Torres gets a sign from his catcher Tim Duff. Takes it to the belt. The 1-1 is fouled back off to the right of our location. Kazmar now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, interesting. I'd like to find out from Randy Reddy. Maybe I can tell you tomorrow night from South Bend just how he derived this lineup today. Don't know if he did the proverbial pick things out of a hat or played some hunches. A few changes from the norm. The 1-2 is a breaking ball that stays high and outside. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kazmar. In a little different lineup. Matt Thayer in right, Brian Fryer in left, Colt Morton playing first. Vincent not fielding, but he's the DH today. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's swung at and missed for strike 3. The ball gets away from the catcher. And Duff will pick it up and throw to first to complete the strikeout. Moving over to third is Lauderdale on what I will assume is a wild... Well, never assume anything, Mike. You get yourself in trouble. That ball bounced off the glove. It might be a pass ball. We'll check with the official score between innings. In any event, Kazmar is retired on a swinging strikeout, put out, catcher to the first baseman. There are 2 outs in the inning. Lauderdale is at third. And here is shortstop Matt Bush digging in. Matt hitting .239 with a couple of home runs and 25 runs batted in. Takes a curveball in for a strike, 0-1. That's what you call a big bender. It broke down, belt high over the plate for a strike. Torres will pitch in the stretch. The 0-1 is fouled off to the right, and now Bush is in the hole, 0-2. Yordani Ramirez waits on deck. Wizards with the potential lead run, 90 feet away from home plate in the person of Matt Lauderdale. He's at third base. 2 outs in this top half of the second inning. Torres Brings home the 0-2 pitch. That's a fastball way outside. Good backhanded stop by the catcher, Tim Duff. The count's now 1-2. Now, talent can be a great thing, but if it's not harnessed, someone can get into trouble sometimes. That's the dilemma Torres is fighting right now. The 1-2 again upstairs. 2-2 now, the count for the Wizard All-Star shortstop. The outfield again, straight as a ruler. The infield back, all four spots. Joe Torres ready to bring home this 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. A curveball just misses outside. Oh, Joe Torres thought he had an inning-ending strikeout. Instead, the count's run the gamut. It's full at 3-2. Let's see what happens on this payoff pitch. The set, the look to third. Here it comes. Curveball hit on the ground, left side, backhanded in the hole by the shortstop Rodriguez. Long throw to first, not in time. Oh, wow! The base umpire, Joe Doble, came up with the right arm. I would have bet the mortgage that Matt Bush was safe. And immediately the base umpire makes a beeline towards right field to avoid any confrontation with any member of the opposition. Bang, bang play at first. Bush retired on a good, strong throw by his counterpart, Rodriguez. The Wizards strand Lauderdale at third. Here comes the bottom half of the second inning, no score. You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
From muscle cars to the SSR to Malibu and the new Cobalt. For generations, Chevy has been breaking the rules. Now we're rewriting them with the Chevy Employee Discount for everyone. You pay what we pay for almost every 2005 Chevy vehicle. Not a cent more. The Chevy Employee Discount for everyone at participating dealers only. We've extended the Chevy Employee Discount for everyone. Stop into your Chevy dealer now through August 1st to take advantage of employee pricing on almost every 2005 Chevy car, truck, and SUV. At participating dealers only. See dealer for details. Take delivery by 8105. That's right. Now through August 1st. Take advantage of employee pricing on almost every 2005 Chevy vehicle. Hurry. The Chevy Employee Discount for everyone ends August 1st. See your Northeast Indiana Chevy dealer today.
Are you worried that you don't have enough money set aside in order to retire and live comfortably? Are you wondering whether or not you could afford to send your children to college? Relax. A Lighthouse Wealth Management Group can help. They're experts in education funding, insurance, estate, and retirement planning, and they're ready to set up a plan that meets your financial needs. To find out how they can guide you toward financial freedom, call Dave Knuth or Alan New at 260-490-8822 or visit them at 10343 Dawson Street Boulevard, Suite A in Fort Wayne.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
One of Northeast Indiana's best-kept secrets is located just a chip shot away from Fort Wayne on Highway 3 North. For a great golf outing, visit Cobblestone Golf Course located in Kendallville. Cobblestone provides the avid golfer a championship course with first-class service. For more information, call 877-867-4654 or visit their website at cobblestonegc.com. Kernels coming to bat in the bottom half of the second. No score. It'll be Warner Madrigal, Jordan Renz, and Tim Duff to face Fabian Jimenez. Fabian starts getting off the fastball outside to Madrigal, ball one. Madrigal hitting .230 with 10 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Right-hand hitter takes a fastball inside and he's ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. A couple of quick clarifications. Matt Lauderdale advanced to third base on what was ruled a wild pitch back in the top half of this inning. The next pitch misses inside, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes to count to Madrigal. Bang, bang play at first in the top half of this second inning. The 3-0 is in there for a strike. Madrigal took a step towards first and had to put the brakes on. Outfield shaded to right, the infield back. The windup, and here comes the 3-1 pitch, and it is hit on the ground, a 2-hopper to short. Matt Bush has it, flips it over to first in plenty of time, 1 up, 1 away. Madrigal bounces out short to first. That'll bring up the right fielder, Jordan Renz. Renz comes into today's action hitting a .191, 5 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Outfield nearly straight up on Renz. In the infield, playing back. Jimenez throws a fastball that is drilled through the hole past both Figueroa at third and Bush, the shortstop, into left field. Renz swinging on the first pitch, connects for the second base hit for Cedar Rapids. A one-out single. That'll bring up catcher Tim Duff. Duff making his first appearance for the Kernels. He was just brought up a couple of days ago. He's a right-handed hitter. Cedar Rapids released catcher Tommy Duanes, the first player released after 82 games. The first pitch is taken for a ball. The runner moves, and he goes into second base with a stolen base. Lauderdale's throw a one-hopper to the right of the bag. Renz with his sixth stolen base now in 8 attempts. And that time, in all honesty, Jimenez forgot to look over it first. He just brought it home. And give credit to Renz. He was off like a jackrabbit. 1-0 the count to Duff. Now Fabian looks back at second. The fastball is inside near the ankle of Tim Duff. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Tim Duff, 6'2", 210, out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Just turned 24 years of age. Holds that bat high. The 2-0 hit on the ground, the right side to second base. Kazmar up with it. Sean flips it over to Morton at first for the out. Moving over to third is Renz, the old unofficial sacrifice. Duff retired 4-3. There are now 2 outs in the inning. Kernels have a runner over at third. A lot of parallels to how the Wizards have tried to get on the board this ball game so far. That'll bring up second baseman Jason Ramos. Ramos making his first appearance of the series. He's hitting 172 with 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. And he takes a fastball chin high, ball 1. The Wizard outfield is shaded towards right. Back deep at second and short, 3/4 of the way back at first and third. Ramos, a right-hand hitter. Jimenez from the stretch. Fires a fastball, catches the inside corner just above the knees. A good pitch by Fabian. And the count's now even at a ball and a strike. Sean Rodriguez waits on deck. Kernels have a runner at third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. No score. The 1-1 offering is a fastball high and inside. 2 balls and a strike. I was told by Colonel General Manager Jack Rader that they are expecting between 3,000 and 3,500 in the ballpark today. Fans starting to fill up a little bit more, or the stands, I should say. 2-1 pitch, chopper left side, short hop by Figueroa. Baudelio tosses across the diamond in time. Good play by the Wizard third baseman to retire the Kernels here in the second inning. No runs to hit, no errors, 1 left. We move to the third. Game still scoreless. Thanks for listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Baseball's a family game, and the best family car in the market is the all-new 2006 Hyundai Sonata from Glenbrook Hyundai. It's a Hyundai like you've never seen before, with 6 airbags, anti-lock brakes, stability and traction control, all standard. Wizards manager Randy Reddy drives one, plus Glenbrook Hyundai will double America's best warranty to 20 years, 200,000 miles.
You could be driving a Hyundai, you'll get you good. A Glenbrook Hyundai. It's so easy and totally free. It's as easy as 1, 2, 5, 6.
Wayne Brady here. Are you ready for the one and only totally free checking from Fifth Third Bank? No fees, no minimum balance. Fifth Third makes it easy. Apply today at any Fifth Third banking center or call 1-877-579-5353. $50 minimum balance required to open an account. Customer purchase check. Member FDIC.
Hey, Al.
What? Who's that?
Wendy's presents Late Night with Lou and Al.
Are you hungry?
Huh?
Because we can go to Wendy's.
Wendy's is closed.
Not only is it open, but you can get anything on the menu, like a classic double with cheese made fresh, spicy chicken sandwich, even rich and meaty chili. Al.
What?
Even when it's late, come to Wendy's for anything on the menu, made fresh, and eat great even late. Wendy's, it's better here.
Maybe we should get you some Wendy's coffee. Al.
Sounds good.
Participating Wendy's are open till midnight or later.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Do you have a tooth problem? If so, then you need to go where the Wizards go. That's Lima Road Family Dentistry. They're a gentle family dentistry specializing in cosmetics and orthodontics as well as sedation dentistry. They have 2 locations in Fort Wayne to serve you. 9005 Lima Road on the north side, 4111 Diplomat Plaza on the south. Give Lima Road Family Dentistry a call at either 489-4090 or 447-5686. Top of the third inning, no score. Wizards coming to bat. It'll be Yordani Ramirez, Baudilio Figueroa, and Matt Thayer to face the left-hander Joe Torres. First pitch inside, ball 1. And we are happy to be joined again by Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Brooks, who was with us for 3 innings last night. Glad to have you back, Bob. The next pitch misses outside. The count's even, or it's now 2 balls and no strikes to Ramirez. Yordani comes in hitting .202 with 4 home runs and 30 runs batted in.
Well, it's great to be here, I'll tell you that. What a day. This is a day of days, isn't it?
Beautiful day. Great day to, I hate to say it, get away. You folks in Cedar Rapids have been great hosts in every way except on the scoreboard. The 3-0 pitch to Ramirez misses high, and Yordani trots down to first base with a leadoff walk. Second walk given up by Torres. This will bring up third baseman Baudilio Figueroa. Figueroa hitting .237 with a home run and 9 runs batted in. Really enjoyed our conversation last night, Bob. Get a chance to talk about the Big Ten and your many, many years of service bringing these listeners in eastern Iowa Hawkeye football, basketball, and baseball. First pitch misses low. Ball 1 to Figueroa, and Tim Duff will trot out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher.
Well, that won't be the last visit. The 2 pitchers here today have combined for a total so far this year of 68 walks in their performances. So I imagine there'll be some visits on both sides. What do you think, Mike?
Not just by the catchers, maybe by the pitching coaches and the managers as well. Well, let's see what Torres can do on this 1-0 delivery. Fastball outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Baudilio Figueroa. He bats with a runner. Ramirez on at first base. Nobody out. Top of the third. No score in the finale of this 4-game series. Set. The look to first. The pitch is a fastball, and that's ruled low by our home plate umpire, Jeff Lascola. 3-0 the count, and of 8 pitches Torres has thrown so far this inning, 7 have been out of the strike zone.
Well, that's not unusual.
See if the green light's on 3-0. It's not. Fastball way high and outside, ball 4.
Well, how would you like to have $2 million invested in this thing?
Is that what he signed for?
Yes.
Wow. I'd like to have $2 million.
And he's not a rookie. He's been around some. So.
Well, he's given up 3 free passes so far here today. We mentioned at the start of the broadcast that he had walked 30 batters in his previous 5 starts. Pitching coach Kernan Ronan out to have a word with him.
Kernan is trying to do a reconstruction job on this, and Nick Green, another right-hander, is warming up in the Kernels bullpen. I rather think of Torres's problem somewhat like Rick Ankiel of the Cardinals, who now is with the Quad Cities as an outfielder, and he just couldn't throw a strike. In fact, couldn't even locate the plate. And Torres, he'll go along maybe for a little while and things will be all right, and then all of a sudden the walks just come flooding.
Here's leadoff hitter Matt Thayer up. He walked to start the ball game, and he takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Gets the proverbial semi-Bronx cheer from the fans here in Cedar Rapids.
Well, another thing Torres will do, as soon as he gets behind, he'll throw a curveball.
Seems to be his bread and butter pitch.
Yes.
The left-hander sets, looks back at second base. There's a fastball, and that's low and inside. Count even at a ball and a strike to Matt Thayer. He bats with Jordani Ramirez on at second base, Baudelia Figueroa over at first. Nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Wizards look to take the early lead. See what happens on this 2-0 pitch. The curveball. Thayer with the green light fouls it back to the screen. It's
now he's throwing nothing but curves.
And you wonder if a team like the Wizards will take notice of that and time their swings accordingly. Brian Fryer waits on deck. Torrey's in the hole. It's 2 balls and a strike to Matt Thayer. Here's the set to look back to second. The pitch. Hit in the air to right center field. If it is down, it's trouble. It is in for a base hit. Station is, rounding third, heading for home. Here's the throw to the plate. The slide is in time as the base runner Ramirez, gutsy call by manager Randy Reddy. That ball was hit somewhat sharply. The right fielder Renz played it on a hop. Figueroa stopped at second. But Randy Reddy told Jordani Ramirez to get on his horse, and he did beat the throw barely, and the Wizards do draw first blood. They're up 1-0.
Renz made a good cutoff, and he hit the cutoff man Ramos, but Ramos did not think the runner from third was coming on. Then he noticed it. Then he double-clutched getting the ball out of his glove. Consequently, the throw was late. Had the throw been on time, it would have been a closer play than it was.
Third RBI for Matt Thayer in his third game as a Wizard. Here's Brian Fryer, and he takes the breaking ball inside, ball 1.
I'm sure Randy Reddy was going to send Ramirez simply because I've got to make something happen now.
He really does. The Wizards have been struggling to start this second half after clinching a playoff spot in the first half. Torrey's to the belt, looks back at second. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike, a belt-high fastball. And the count's even at 1-1.
Thayer with that base hit. That was in the sequence. That was the only fastball that Torres threw.
Let's see what the left-hander does on this 1-1 delivery.
And nobody out.
And now he fakes the throw to second. Isn't that frustrating sometimes, Bob, for a pitcher who struggles with his control? Sometimes his mind wanders from the focus on the batter to thinking about the base runner.
Mike, I think that's the whole thing.
The 1-1 offering is a breaking ball outside. It's now 2-1 the count to Fryer.
I doubt that Torres will make it through the inning.
His last time he pitched, he only
got into the 3 1/3 or something like that, wasn't it?
2-1 pitch on the ground. A short, could be 2. Rodriguez to second for 1. The relay to first is in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Figueroa moves 90 feet over to third.
Fryer's hit into his second consecutive double play, so Torres, it's too bad these two teams don't meet again during the regular season. Torres ought to take him out to dinner.
Well, they will meet in about 3 weeks in Fort Wayne. And
he better do it then.
Keep the open. Here is DH Tom Vincent. Tom grounded out first baseman to the pitcher covering, and he swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 1. Tom had a rough play last night. He dropped the fly ball, which led to 2 unearned runs in the third inning. He had a couple of great plays later on. Another breaking ball, swung out and missed. The throw to third. Not in time, gets away from the third baseman Sandoval. Well, the catcher that time, Tim Duff, showing some moxie, trying to cut down the base runner at third. 0-2 the count to Vincent.
Well, with the left-handed batter up there, that gave the catcher a wide-open throw to third, so he took a shot at it.
Another breaking ball, and the result is the same, a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. The Wizards do get a run on 1 hit, couple of walks. They strand a base runner at third. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Wizards. You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Today, we're talking to new Jeep owners at the Jeep Summer Sales Drive. So, what's everybody getting over here?
I got a Wrangler Unlimited. It's double the cargo room and $1,000 cash allowance.
I got the 5-star side impact crash test rated Jeep Liberty with 0% APR financing.
I got the all-new Grand Cherokee, named 4x4 of the Year by 4-Wheel and Off-Road Magazine with low monthly payments. Me? I got to run before that couple gets my Jeep vehicle over there.
Now, during the Jeep Summer Sales Drive, get some of our best deals and low payments on the sport utility vehicle you really want. Plus, we'll give you $1,000 bonus cash allowance for your trade-in. For more information, visit us at www.jeep.com/sales. Financing for qualified buyers. Not all buyers will qualify. Rating based on NHTSA testing. Motor vehicle trade-in must be registered and titled in buyer's name for at least 30 days prior to purchase. Limit 1 trade-in per purchase. Must take retail delivery by 6/30/05. Jeep is a registered trademark of Daimler Chrysler.
At K&N, we roll out the red carpet for our home team and our customers by providing expert salespeople along with professional installation on the latest fashion flooring designs. K&N Carpet doesn't just specialize in carpet. We specialize in natural stone, ceramic, hardwood, Durastone, laminate, vinyl, and custom blinds. Make your next purchase a home run by purchasing your custom flooring at K&N Carpet, your Mohawk Floorscapes dealer.
K&N, the carpet place, the carpet place, K&N.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Our ball game moves to the bottom half of the third inning. Wizards with the run on the top half of the inning lead 1-0. It'll be Jason Ramos, Sean Rodriguez, and Richard Giannotti coming to the plate for the Kernels. Our special guest, veteran Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Brooks. And Bob is going to graciously call the play-by-play for this bottom half of the third inning. Take it away, sir.
Well, we'll see if Fabian Jimenez can get his control under control, too, because he has had the same problem as Cedar Rapids pitcher, and he's been in a tough streak. He's given up a couple of hits, and in the main has walked only one as he starts his third inning, and this one bounces off the plate and goes back to the screen.
I apologize, Bob.
I know.
Just exactly what you said, the top half of the inning. Both these left-handers young, lots of potential, but they're struggling finding the plate.
That's right. Well, I guess the best way to start is to hit. Then you can work on it from there. The next pitch is too low for a ball. Rodriguez is batting .265. Two left-handers on this bright, sunshiny day for a noon ball game in the Central Time Zone. Curve for a strike over the outside corner, and it's 2 balls and a strike with Giannotti due up next. Pitch on its way. Ground ball into right field for a base hit. So Sean Rodriguez, who walked in the first, singles to right to start the third. That puts the tying run at first base. Fort Wayne a run and 2 hits. Cedar Rapids no runs and 3 hits. And Giannotti now swings over and comes to the right side after batting left-handed last night. Giannotti hitting .259, 3 homers, has 12 doubles, 18 runs driven in out of the University of Miami. A very astute young man. There's a strike it's called. Mike, if you ever need a Cedar Rapids interview, he's good at it, as you would expect somebody from Miami to be.
That's true.
The Hurricanes have never been bashful. Pitch on this way. There's a ball that's outside. High throw, and Colt Morton at 6'6" needed all of that and his wingspan, too, to bring that ball under control, which he did. Maybe Colt's future in this game will be at first, rather, as a catcher. I have to wait and see, I would think, but good-looking athlete. Giannotti holds the bat high and swings and fouls this one down the left field line. So he has hit the right side foul, the left side foul, and we'll see what the middle part of the hit field can do for it. Ball and 2 strikes.
You brought up a good point last night, Bob, in regards to Colt Morton, asking the question, and I don't recall anybody 6'6" being a catcher at the big level, the major league level. See what the
I don't think that the umpires union would allow that. Here's the pitch. That's a ball that's high and wide. Ball 2, strike 2. I can just see two grizzled major league umpires coming out. And there's the catcher standing there, and they would go into several expletives and say, "What are you about?" Here's the throw over to first base. I can hear the umpire-in-chief say at the major league level, "You better tell that pitcher he's not getting a close call today."
Can't see the plate, you're so big in front of me.
Runner leaves at first, throw over. Runner's back in time. 1-0, Fort Wayne. Last half of the third inning here on a noontime special. Cedar Rapids has continually over the last couple of years increased their daytime games. The pitch, curve swung, back of home plate.
Boy, I'm so used, Bob, to calling it a businessman special, and now today you got to be gender equity equal, and they call it business person special. But for years and years, it was always the old businessman special at the ballpark.
Oh, yes.
Play hooky from the office and have some fun.
Rodriguez at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fly ball into shallow left that drops for a base hit right in front of Brian Fryer. And Fryer fires it back in, and the Kernels have runners at first and second now with nobody out. That brings up Freddy Sandoval. As we indicated last night, Mike, Sandoval has had a pretty hot bat in this home stay and is up that average to 2.66.
In fact, in this series, Bob, coming into today's game, Sandoval had 5 hits and 12 at-bats the first 3 games of the series.
And he also is a switch hitter, of course, hitting right-handed against the left-hander Fabian Jimenez of Fort Wayne. The pitch inside for a ball. It makes it ball 1 and no strikes, and with nobody out, Jimenez gets himself into a hot spot here, and nobody warming up in the Wizards bullpen as yet. Shortstop comes over, then goes back, and the pitch is way inside, 89 miles an hour, but he overthrew it. Well, consequently missed the zone.
There's a telltale sign for Jimenez. Again, he's only 18 years old, Bob. It's hard to believe at this level, being 18 and being up here.
And being able to compete at all, really.
And we'll see if he can get out of this jam.
Now the pitch, the runners go. There's a swing and a foul back on a run and hit. The runners took off, and then the attempted hit occurred. Sandoval had to make contact on a 2-1 pitch. Well, it was 2-0.
Second time, Bob, that I've noticed a runner has taken off, and Jimenez has not looked back at the runner. And the Wizards are fortunate that the ball was fouled off, because if it had not been, it would have been a double steal very easily.
Well, Jimenez is smart. He's got to do one thing, and that's concentrate on the batter. At 18 years old. Look, here's the delivery. Ball hitting up in the left shoulder, close to the joint up there.
Well, with the bases loaded now and nobody out, I would almost expect Wizards pitching coach Steve Weber to come out to the mound. Lauderdale's having a chat with Jimenez, and here does come the veteran coach Steve Weber. Steve coached the University of Georgia to the national championship at the College World Series back in 1990, Bob.
The two pitching coaches here, it's interesting what they can do. Kernan Ronan of the Cedar Rapids Kernels, he has been 17 years with the Angel organization.
Wow.
And has never been in the big, with the big club. Mm-hmm. He's always developing players. But the Angels think enough of him that he's got a World Series ring.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that means they have a high regard for what he does in the same way that the Padres would for their pitching coach here.
Well, it's interesting now. The infield has come in with a 1-0 score here in just the bottom half of the third inning.
Well, with these two pitchers, it may take a while today. Runners at first, second, and third. The pitch outside for a ball, and this is Michael Collins. Now, Collins is the Kernels' best hit, 345. He has 5 homers, 34 runs driven in, 14 doubles, 2 triples. He has now a 12-game hitting streak, and he fouls this one back. And Collins is in Australia.
The Wizards have 2 Australians on their team in Lachlan Dale and Tom Vincent.
Australia puts out a lot of good athletes, just athletes, and that's what Michael Collins is. He's playing first today. The Angels think his position is catcher. There's a ball, wild pitch, bounces back. Man, I don't think I've seen that for a while, as the ball was so wild it hit behind home plate on the fly and ricocheted so far out between the mound and third base that the pitcher, Jimenez, went over and flopped on the ball to make sure the runners stayed at first, second, and third.
It was almost reminiscent of a wild pitch thrown at Wrigley Field, but the ball would come back and get back in the field to play in a hurry. A break for the Wizards there.
2 balls and a strike. Well, that's an Ankiel sort of pitch. Now the delivery, that's a strike. High fastball at the letters over the outside corner. Now it's 2-2.
The action pitch coming up.
Collins, I'm sure now, is confused about what he will get. Am I going to get hit? Is the ball over my head? Is it hittable? Is it a curve? Is it a fastball? What's going to happen?
He might ask Jimenez to play softball and throw it underhanded.
Fabian Jimenez, the pitch, way outside.
Well,
all 3 strike 2, so
no place to put anybody with the bases loaded.
And nobody warming up in a 1-0 Fort Wayne ball game at the moment. Well, let's see what Jimenez can do here. Here it is, ball 4, walked in a run. Again, he overthrew it high and wide, and Rodriguez came in to score. It's a wonder Rodriguez wasn't in a pickle between third and home, the way that ball came back, but he was alert enough to, hey, I'm going to keep what I've got. So he comes on to score. The game is tied at 1. And the base on balls wounds Jimenez and the Wizards, and now Toussaint fouls this one back. Drew Toussaint playing left field this afternoon, 286 hitter, and he is up there with the home team, the Kernels of Cedar Rapids, with runners at first, second, and third. Here it is again, high and outside. You go to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bob, you wouldn't believe it, but the first 4 starts that Fabian Jimenez had this year, he had the most composure of any Wizard pitcher on the staff. He won 3 of his first 4 starts, was 3-0. And then the Wizards came home and they played South Bend in a game that the temperature never got above 40 degrees. And ever since then, Fabian has just had troubles. He's lost his last 5 starts, and he just doesn't have the confidence that he had the first 3 weeks of the season.
Well, that's part of the old game. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Toussaint took a rip at it, didn't get it, and now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Madrigal will be next. 1-1 game here in the last half of the third. And again, Jimenez, the pitch, swung. He's getting sharper. He hit the bat that time.
I don't think Toussaint wanted to swing, but Drew couldn't get the bat out of the way in time, and you're right. Like a dart, that ball hit the bat and was fouled off to the right.
Well, Jimenez has hit home plate, hit the backstop, and hit the bat. Now the pitch. Swung on. High drive into left center field. This is going to score a punch-up. It's off the 407-foot mark. 1 run is scoring. 2 runs are scoring. Here comes Collins. He is out at the plate on the relay.
What a throw by Matt Bush, Bob. Matt has the best arm I've seen in 13 years at Fort Wayne. It's at a team in the Midwest League. And you're right, that ball bounced off the 407 mark in deep left center field. And I believe it was the left fielder. I could be wrong. I thought it was the left fielder, Fryer, that got the ball.
Yes, it was. It was Fryer who picked it up.
And then Matt Bush threw a strike to nail Cowens trying to score.
So to go 7-6-2, and credit Fryer for hitting the relay man to begin with, because there are a lot of players these days at every level that don't do that. Here's Madrigal. Line drive left field, a base hit. Toussaint takes off, and he is held up by Bobby Maggs at third. Runners at first and third. Toussaint, after getting 2 runs driven in with that long tweener double into left center field between Fryer and Ramirez. Now Madrigal puts him at third base. There is 1 out, and the batter is Jordan Brents, who will be the 7th hitter here in the last half of the third, with the Kernels up 3-1. Now the pitch. Driven foul off to the left by the right-handed batter. Brents had a single and a stolen base in the second inning. He's trying to get that average up over 200 and build from there. A difficult task after the first half of the year. This is a 81-mile-an-hour breaking ball from Jimenez that drops low and inside to make it 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 2 in, and 3-1 the score. Well, there were 2 in on the double and another one on a walk to make it 3-1. Here's the pitch. Outside and low, and we go to 2 balls and a strike.
You know, sometimes I think the fans and maybe even us broadcasters forget this is Class A baseball. We're so up into the game that this is still a learning and developmental type league, and Randy Reddy is going to help try to have Fabian Jimenez learn how to deal with this type of situation.
Yes, he's out there by himself. There's a swing and a bouncing ball again. Foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Nobody in the Wizards bullpen.
And that's a sight I always like to see, Bob, when a manager, regardless whether it's the home or visiting manager, tosses a foul ball to a youngster for a souvenir.
Well, when I was at the old ballpark, and back in the 3 League days, you retrieved the ball and saved it. There's a swing on a changeup, and Rentz strikes out. 78-mile-an-hour curveball, and Jordan Rentz went for the bait and strikes out. Here is Tim Duff, the new catcher of the Kernels. He was at Provo last year and was on a winning ball club. And he is 24 years old, which gives the team a little maturity behind the plate. Runner takes off. Here's the throw by the catcher, not in time. Stolen base by Madrigal.
We said, Bob, earlier that the Kernels League, this Midwest League, in stolen bases. They stole a number of them last night, and that's the second step today. Glenn stole a base in the second inning. Now Madrigal with his third stolen base of the year.
Here's Duff. Ready for the left-hander Jimenez, and the pitch inside around the rudders. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on now. 3-1. Kernels, after getting behind 1-0, come back with 3 so far. Duff, his second at bat in the Midwest League, swings and hits it weakly to the mound. Jimenez has it, throw to first in time, and the damage could have been much, much worse. As Jimenez comes to get, after getting wounded, that play to the plate buoyed him up a bit, I would think, and he then got himself out of the inning with 3 runs. 3-1, Cedar Rapids.
You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Now wait a minute. The payments make me want to
Hey, Wayne Brady here, and Fifth Third Bank has something to shout about, like Fifth Third Equity Flex Line's low monthly payments. On qualification, based on 80% LTV. Rates may vary and are indexed to the prime rate on the last business day of the month in the Wall Street Journal. Maximum APR will not exceed 25% of the state usually dealing whichever's less. $55 annual fee waived for 1 year. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And now it's time for Joan on the Phone with your host, Joan Cusack.
Hello. Isn't it kind of awkward when people call you on your cell phone and just babble on, but it's costing you money? So you wind up making some lame excuse like, gee, gotta go, I'm just stepping into a mine shaft, or, ooh, they're about to close the hatch on the submarine, gotta run. Unless, of course, you have U.S. Cellular. Then there's no rush to get off the phone. Tell him, Mr. Announcer.
That's right, because at U.S. Cellular, we give you unlimited call me minutes, which means no charge for incoming calls in your local calling area.
So with U.S. Cellular, you can go ahead and take all the calls you want, and you'll never end up having to use excuses like, gotta go, the cops are here.
Switch to U.S. Cellular and get unlimited call me minutes, so there's no charge for incoming calls in your local calling area. And ask about nights and weekends starting at 7 p.m. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you. Minimum service agreement required. Other restrictions and charges may apply. Limited time offer. See store for details or call 1-888-BUY-USCC.
All sports, all day, all night, with Sports Center updates every 20 minutes. This is WKJG, Fort Wayne's ESPN Radio 1380.
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids. Mike Moss with you. We really enjoyed our visit with Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Brooks in the 3rd inning, and now this is a really special delight for me. It's a gentleman who has become a good friend of mine, my colleague from the Cedar Rapids Kernels, the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers, joins us for the next couple of innings. And, John, everything's been great except the scoreboard as far as the Wizards are concerned. As the Kernels struck for 3 to take a 3-1 lead heading into this 4th inning. Colt Morton at the plate. And a fastball is wide. As Bob mentioned in the last half inning, an interesting 3rd inning with the 2 young left-handers both having problems getting the ball over consistently.
And Joe Torres is behind 2-0.
Make it 3-0 as the breaking ball misses inside. Colt Morton popped out to the 3rd baseman Freddy Sandoval back in the 2nd inning. The outfield shaded to left, the infield back, and the 3-0 pitch is taken for a strike.
Mike, thank you so much for asking Bob and I, and in a few innings, Julia will join you for the 6th. It means so much to us to...
Here's a ball that is popped up, foul ground, left side's going to get into the... over the picnic area, one of the 2 picnic areas here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Well, John, my friend, you have been a tremendous help to me in getting a chance to live out my dream to broadcast baseball games.
Well, Mike, we've had you on the air when you were... We'll wait after this payoff pitch.
Fastball, get off the fist, fouled back to the right, out of play. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Colt Morton.
You've been kind enough to join us the last 2 visits we make to the Castle, the Veterans Coliseum in Fort Wayne, and it's great to spend an inning or 2 with you and your great listeners up there in Northeast Indiana.
Fastball line over the head of the second baseman Ramos into right field. Morton going the other way. Connects on a 3-2 pitch for his first hit of the afternoon, a leadoff single to start the 4th inning.
Good piece of hitting by Colt. The big guy lashed it over the head of Ramos for the 3rd hit of the day for the Wizards. Congratulations. Mike Maz, to you and your community and to the Wizards for their fabulous first half, 37-32. You are in the playoffs, and that's a very, very great accomplishment in the first half. Congratulations to you and Randy Reddy and the Wizards. I know that you've gotten off to a subpar start in the second half, but we can relate to that. The Kernels had a similar slump befell them last year at this time after winning the Western Division first half last year. The Kernels really went in the tank for about 2 weeks, so hang in there. The Wizards are going to come back.
Matt Lauderdale swings at an eye-high fastball and misses. The count to the catcher, 1-1. Matt doubled into the gap in left center field back in the second inning. He's got 4 consecutive hits over last night and today against Kernel pitching.
And 6 in the series.
Torres to the belt. Brings a fastball home, and it misses outside. It's 2 balls and a strike to Lauderdale. He bats with Colt Morton on at first base. Nobody out. Top of the 4th inning, Wizards trailing 3-1 as they attempt to salvage the final game of this 4-game series. Torres looks over at first. Fastball hit in the air to center field and deep. Giannotti goes back. He's on the track. The edge of the track makes the catch. Morton nearly all the way to second, has to retreat and hustle back to first. Matt Lauderdale hit the ball well about 380 feet, but to straightaway center field, and Giannotti picked it off for the first out of the inning.
You called it very well, Mike. Deep to straightaway center, and Giannotti out of the University of Miami is well schooled in defense. He turned his back on home plate, went back to where he thought Lauderdale's deep drive would land, turned around and caught it about 85 feet away.
Sean Kazmar rips one past third base foul. Sean struck out back in the second inning, started the game batting .253 with 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in, and I know Sean would want to say hi to his family, listening both in Las Vegas and in Alaska.
Oh, I want to hear more about that. I have a brother in Seward, Alaska. Sean has family in Alaska.
Yes, he does. Joe Torres looking at Morton. Pitch misses high, and it's now 1-1. Sean's father, a stepmother, and some siblings live in, I forget the city in Alaska, and his mother and stepfather and some other siblings live in Las Vegas.
Kind of the 2 extremes.
The 1-1 pitch inside, and it's now 2 balls and a strike to Sean Kazmar. Batting with Colt Morton on at first base, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Our special guest, the voice of the Cedar Rapids Kernels, John Rogers. And again, it is a delight for me to have you with us on the Wizards broadcast, John. The next pitch misses low and inside, and now Joe Torres is behind in the count, 3-1.
Well, thank you, Mike. I hope it's as nice in Fort Wayne this afternoon as it is here in the City of 5 Seasons. It is a gorgeous day, 79 degrees. Sun shining, very light breeze blowing in from right center, and Joe Torres has been helped out twice in the early going by a pair of double plays hit into by Brian Fryer, who's seen his first action in this series for the Wizards.
3-1 pitch, chopper, left side, fair ball past third base down the left field line. Morton makes a big turn at second, puts on the brakes at 6-6. Unfortunately, Colt doesn't have the quickest of feet. Good piece of hitting by Sean Kazmar as he's wrapped it past Freddy Sandoval, just fair inside the bag at third. And the Wizards have something going, 2 on, 1 out, and here comes the all-star shortstop, Matt Bush.
Got to ask you something, Mike Maz. We love visiting Fort Wayne. We'll be there in 3 weeks to round out the month of July. Do you still have the kids come on the field between innings and do the hula hoop contest?
That's one of the many attractions that takes place.
I love that contest, Mike.
Bush takes a curveball in for a strike, and John Bob Brooks adeptly brought to my attention the fact that when Joe Torres gets into trouble, he likes to go to the curveball.
Yes, he has a very sharp breaking pitch.
0-1 the count to Matt Bush. Torres to the belt, looks back at second. Here's a fastball inside, and the count's even 1-1. Lots of ones on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, the number 10 batting in the person of Matt Bush. The Wizards trailing 3-1 as they bat here in the 4th inning. The left-hander Torres to the belt. The pitch is a curveball, and that's foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, Tim Duff. And now Matt behind in the count 1-2.
Matt Bush is only 19 years old.
And you got a chance to look at his arm a couple of innings ago. Tremendous arm at shortstop. Still learning to play this game professionally.
I remember when Luis Rivas was in Fort Wayne as a 17-year-old.
Curveball fouled off to the right and out of play. Bush hangs alive. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yordani Ramirez waits on deck. Wizards batting in the top of the 4th, trailing 3-1. They have Colt Morton on at second base. Sean Kazmar over at first with 1 out. Joe Torre's trying to get out of a jam. Here's the set. Look back to second. Again, the 1-2, and it's a fastball. Misses at the throw back to second. Nearly thrown into center field. The shortstop, Sean Rodriguez, was able to knock it down.
Joe Torres, I'm sure you and Bob talked about, Mike, was a highly, heralded prep pitcher out of Kissimmee, Florida, and threw in the mid to high 90s, and he's struggling to find himself in his career now. He's 22 years old. He's been in the Angels system 5 years. First-round draft pick back in 2000.
Wow. A curveball. Misses a little outside. Well, the count has run its limit. It's 3-2, and we'll see if Randy Reddy starts the base runners with 1 out and a full count on Matt Bush.
I think he'll start him to stay out of the double play, Mike.
Let's see what happens. Here's the set. Runners do not go. It's a fastball. Grounded to short. Could be 2. Rodriguez flips to Ramos for 1. The relay is in time, and for the 3rd time in 4 innings, the Kernels get the benefit of a double play to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is still the Kernels 3, the Wizards 1. This is Wizards Afternoon Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Baseball, pizza, and dessert. What a great summer combination. Baseball can be found at Memorial Stadium. But what if you want pizza and dessert? What do? Well, you think Kraft Pizza and Nabisco's Chips Ahoy cookies for dessert. And where do you go to get these? At your local grocery store. That's where. Kraft brings you DiGiorno, California Pizza Chicken, and Jack's Pizzas. If you're in the mood for 3 meat deep dish, then it's DiGiorno. And if you have a hankering for a Sicilian pizza, then it's California Pizza Kitchen. And if it's everyone's favorite pepperoni, then it's Jack's Pizza. But what would a good pizza be without dessert? So while at your local grocers, pick up a pack or 2 of Nabisco's Chips Ahoy cookies. Whatever your favorite cookie is, Chips Ahoy has them. From the original chocolate chip to chunky or chewy. And don't forget about their peanut butter cookies too. DiGiorno, California Pizza Kitchen, Jack's Pizza, and Nabisco Chips Ahoy cookies. Now that's a winning combination in any Wizard fan's book. And don't forget, June 26th is DiGiorno Pizza and Chips Ahoy Bat Dip.
Fans, if you want to make memories with the Wizards, you need to visit the castle this season. But if you want to find or relive memories, you have to visit Clem's Collectibles. Clem's has everything you could want, from autographed photos to Magic the Gathering. Clem's also has sports cards, Pokemon, comics, posters, NASCAR, bobbin heads, and collecting supplies. Clem's in Glenbrook Square. Phone 480-7087. Clem's Collectibles, where heroes come to life every day.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
There's plenty of entertainment coming back to Memorial Stadium later this season. Myra Noodle will be back in Fort Wayne on Saturday, July 16th. Bird Search, sponsored by Erling Motorsports, will be at Stadium Saturday, July 30th, and again on Friday, August 12th. And the Superstars will make a second appearance on Saturday, August 13th. Come on out to Memorial Stadium and join in on the fun. Our ball game is in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Kernels at bat. They lead 3-1. Jason Ramos to lead things off against Fabian Jimenez. That pitch is in for a strike. The count's even at 1-1. Jason bounced out to the third baseman, Baudilio Figueroa. Back in the 2nd inning, our special guest, the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers. Ground ball, left side, speared by Bush. He plants, he fires, and he gets his man by a step. John, I was waiting for something like that to happen. You'd get a real good chance to see the range and the gun of Matt Bush at shortstop.
Both of them, Mike. Range and gun. He took a sure base hit away from Ramos. Jason, a switch hitter, wrapped it up the middle hard on the ground, and Bush got a great quick break to his left and went about 18 feet to his left, then had enough balance to not go down, turned, pivoted, and fired, and he took a sure leadoff single away from Jason Ramos. Those are the kind of plays that make the scouts down below understand why the Padres made this fella Bush their first pick a year ago. He's only 19 years old, and I have a feeling in a few years we'll see him and Khalil Green on the same infield.
Could be. Have to admit, one of the scouts, he's in the Major League Scouting Bureau, and I didn't catch his name. He mentioned to me before the game he didn't think Bush had that much range in short, and that play right there may have just changed his mind.
I would hope so.
Sean Rodriguez at the plate. The Colonel shortstop takes the first pitch for a ball. Fastball inside, bounces off the mid of Matt Lauderdale. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. The Wizard outfield shaded towards right, the infield back all the way around.
Want to let the front office staff know in Fort Wayne that Mike Maz and I snuck out yesterday morning and got in 9 holes of golf, and what a delight you folks in Fort Wayne have. Mike is just full of passion and energy, and I count him as a friend in this league who I can always talk things over with. In fact, Mike has a fun idea that he's going to try to get all of us broadcasters together in the off-season in Chicago, talk a little shop, and see how we can share ideas that we all use to improve the listening experience. Mike, thank you again for having me in this afternoon.
Well, thanks for your kind words, and I'll see that my wife writes a check after this ball game is over. 3-1 pitch hits the batter, Sean Rodriguez. And that's the second hit batsman that Fabian has touched today. Rodriguez trots down to first with 1 out.
Well, on paper, Mike, oftentimes on paper matchups don't come to fruition, but Joe Torres and Fabian Jimenez are pitching about the way we would expect. They have both, and that's not negative, they both had hard times this season.
Yeah.
Jimenez 0-5 in his last start, Joe Torres 0-3, making his 6th start.
Here is Richard Giannotti playing center field today, and he takes a pitch low, ball 1. Rodriguez with 17 stolen bases, bluffed going down to second.
I don't think Sean's been able to get a read on Jimenez all day. This is Sean's 3rd time aboard, and Rodriguez has not been able to get a clean look at Fabian Jimenez's pickoff move.
That pitch bounces up to the plate, blocked by Matt Lauderdale. It's now 2-0, and I just wonder how long Randy Reddy will wait before he starts some action in the Wizard bullpen, because Bob and I talked about it. This is a developmental league. It's not the big leagues yet. You got 3 other rings up the ladder before you get there, and these players have to learn how to adapt to different situations. It's a fastball high, and now it's 3-0.
Well, that's exactly right, Mike. I want to go back to when you had the Twins in Fort Wayne, and I remember a young catcher named A.J. Pierzynski.
Yep.
What a difference he's made for the White Sox. Well, he may be one of their MVP candidates.
And he did a good job in San Francisco last year and for a number of years for the Twinkies before that. Fastball, that's in there, taken all the way for a strike. It's 3-1. And I got to tell you a quick footnote. When A.J. Pierzynski played with the Wizards, among the many different jobs I've had in this lifetime in 18 years in Fort Wayne, I was in the hospitality business for 6 years, and his parents stayed at the motel that I was working at. Got to know his mother real well. Here's a chopper on the left side. Figueroa fields it, throws to second for 1. The relay to first is it? Long wait. Oh, they're going to say safe. Morton at 6'6", really stretched out. Colt might have hurt himself.
Oh boy, I hope not. But you're right, Mike. He's
in some pain.
Yes, he
Paul
is.
Navarro coming out, the Wizards trainer. And
Mike, it's his left hamstring or calf or Achilles, and you put a catcher at first base. He made a tremendous stretch to try to help
Kazmar on the relay throw to get a double play.
Yeah, and you know your staff better than I, and you know Colt Morton. I know he's a tough kid. I hope he can stay in this ball game. I hope he didn't wrench that left leg somehow.
Well, again, the play was a chopper hit on the left side. Valdivia Figueroa had to wait for it to come down. He gunned it to Sean Kazmar at second base for the force out on Rodriguez. Sean whirled and tried to relay it to get the double play, and Colt Morton is going to come out of this ball game.
Oh.
And Colt really, again, he's 6'6". He's the tallest player on the Wizard team. Lachlan Vale was going to come in to replace Colt Morton. And you're right, John. We just hope that Colt is okay. It's the first time that Colt has played first base this year. And I got to double check to see if he's ever played first base for the Wizards before. And again, he really gave it the effort to try to stretch to get that relay throw in time. And you could tell in a hurry, John, that something was wrong. Colt took a long time to get up, and when he got up, it was Ginger, that first step he took. And
it looks
Paul
like
Navarro was going to work on him. There's no doubt about it.
My best guess is a hamstring. Hopefully a strain, though, Mike. He didn't react as though he pulled it.
Here's a pitch taken low for a ball to Freddy Sandoval, and Giannotti put his track spikes on and stole his seventh base with no throw made by Matt Lauderdale. And something about the Angels system, John, they just love to run, run, and run some more.
Yes, it's all Mike Scioscia. And the blueprint is in place in all the minor league affiliates to do just that. Run at will.
Pitch is hit in the air to center field. Jordani Ramirez has a beat on it. He waits and he puts it away to retire the side. In the inning for Cedar Rapids, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We head to the fifth. It's the Kernels 3, the Wizards 1. This is Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Arthritis pain sends thousands of otherwise healthy adults to the sidelines every year. It doesn't have to be that way. Thanks to advanced technologies available from DePuy Orthopedics, many can enjoy life again. A rotating platform knee from Warsaw-based DePuy Orthopedics, a Johnson & Johnson company, is the only knee replacement product that bends and rotates, offering a more natural movement. Ask your orthopedic surgeon if the rotating platform knee is right for you. DePuy Orthopedics, restoring the joy of motion.
If you're looking for a clean, safe, and fun place to live, stop by and see my friends at either Coliseum Park Apartments or Three Rivers Apartments. At Coliseum Park, we feature a free 24-hour fitness center. Small pets are welcome. Business center with free internet service, private entrances, and an on-site laundry. From one-bedroom apartments to three-bedroom townhomes. At Three Rivers Apartments, we feature secured entrances and intercom entry, professional door-person service, gated garage parking, sparkling pool and spacious sun deck, 2 fitness centers, a sauna, and more. From studios to 3 bedrooms with dens. That's Three Rivers Apartments. Work downtown, live downtown. Call them at 260-423-9511 or call Coliseum Park Apartments at 260-483-3196. We make your life easier.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Where do kids go when they want to have some fun besides Memorial Stadium? Why, Little Turtle Go-Karts, of course. They have the largest track, the fastest go-karts, and the lowest prices in town. Be sure to call and ask about their league events, their group and birthday packages, and their fundraisers. Their phone number, 745-1700. They're located at 5214 Decatur Road, next to Scott's Foods, and across the street from Bishop Lewis High School. That's Little Turtle Go-Karts. Our ball game goes to the top half of the fifth. The Wizards come to bat, trailing 3-1. Our special guest is the Dean of Midwest League Broadcasters, John Rogers of the Kernels. And, John, if you would be so kind, I'd love to have you call the play-by-play for our fans back in Fort Wayne in this fifth inning.
Oh, Mike, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much. As Jordani Ramirez, who has a home run in this series, takes outside from Joe Torres. John Rogers, the voice of the Kernels, with Mike Maz, the play-by-play broadcaster for the Fort Wayne Wizards. The 0-1 to Ramirez is strike 2 called as Joe Torres got a changeup in on the outside edge. Jordani walked and scored the sole Wizard run this afternoon. It gave them a 1-0 lead in the third inning. The Kernels sent 8 men to the plate against lefty Fabian Jimenez and scored 3 in the bottom of the third. And Torres with a breaking pitch down and in the dirt. It's a ball to Jordani Ramirez. A 202 batter, 4 homers, 30 RBIs. Jordani steps out, adjusts his black batting gloves. He's using a black lacquer bat, and he wears his Wizard Road blue socks up high. Wide stance, the 1-2 from Torres is punched to shallow third. Foul ball is Freddy Sandoval, the sole Kernel All-Star, and he represented, of all things, Mike, the Eastern Division. The Kernels were thrust in with the East this year because of the cockeyed alignment of the Midwest League, and it's just too bad that we have 8 teams in our Western Division and you have 6 in the East. It does not make sense.
No, it doesn't. But on the bright side, the Eastern Division won the game 4-2.
That's right. Ball 2 sails high and outside to Ramirez. Giordani cocks his back elbow up high and points it towards the grandstand here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We have a roof here. That was very popular in our old ballpark, so we have a grandstand roof here in the new $16 million structure. A lollipop looper to second, and retreating to his shallow right a few steps is Jason Ramos, the Colonel's second baseman, catches it for the first out of the 5th inning. Giordani Ramirez poked that one off the end of the bat and hit a little looper to the second baseman, 1 out here in the 5th inning. I can't wait till we visit the Castle, the stadium in Fort Wayne. Mike Maz and his wife were so kind to take me on a tour of that great city. I love seeing Johnny Appleseed Park outside the right field wall, ripping an extra base. Oh, they call it foul. Randy Reddy is not arguing, and I'm surprised. I thought Baudilio Figueroa painted the line down the left field side. Randy Reddy, though, got a better look at it than Mike Maz and I did, and Randy's not arguing, so we'll assume that the plate umpire, Jeff Lascola, got it right. But Mike Maz, I thought that ball was clearly fair and should have been a 1-out double for Baudilio Figueroa.
So did I, John, and I have to watch it because I tend to get excited every now and then.
Oh, I thought it was a fair ball, but Randy Reddy kept his cool. Things are going to turn around for this Fort Wayne Ball Club, and I would not want to be playing them when they do because they are going to take it out on somebody pretty good. Maybe even yet here this afternoon in a 3-1 game in favor of the Kernels. The number 9 hitter, Figueroa, dribbles it foul towards the Wizard third base dugout. Mike, you go from here back home and then right back on the motor coach tomorrow afternoon for a commuter over to Kovaleski Stadium.
Well, we're going to take on the South End Silverhawks. They lead the season series 4-3.
We split with them in 8 games. We're done with them. The number 9 hitter, Baudilio Figueroa, wraps it foul past third. 1 out. Wizards batting in the top of the 5th inning. It's a 3-1 lead for the Kernels. This is John Rogers in my 10th year in the Midwest League. A curve, and it's tapped foul behind the plate. Joining Mike Maz, the voice of the Wizards. Mike and his wife took me around Fort Wayne last summer, and one of the things that really caught my fancy, Mike, was the green belt, or the path that Fort Wayne has built for joggers and bikers and rollerbladers. I've got to get on that the next time, or later this month. A curve and a swing and a miss. Baudilio Figueroa done in by a Joe Torres breaking ball, and that's the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for the Colonel, 22-year-old lefty. And he'll try for the first time this afternoon to set the Wizards down in order. It won't be easy, though. Matt Thayer has reached twice as the Wizard leadoff batter. He's walked and driven in a run with an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Thayer golfs the first pitch foul just behind home plate, and Matt's out of UCLA, and you know you better be a pretty good ball player to play at UCLA.
I thought he had a pretty good debut for the Wizards on Monday night. He gets to town and he collects 3 hits and knocks in a pair of runs.
He sure did, Mike. Joe's 0-1 is a breaking pitch down and in for ball 1.
You started to get the feeling, John, that Joe Torres is starting to feel comfortable on the mound because he's settled down quite a bit and he's got the 2-run lead.
I think you're exactly right, Mike, and it's just as we say that, a strike is called on the outside edge at the knees to the right-handed batter, Matt Thayer. The Colonels dispatch Nick Green, a right-hander from the state of Georgia, down to the right field bullpen. A curve and a swing and a miss. Joe Torres, the Colonel lefty, for the first time today, has retired the Wizards in order. He does it in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2-3-0 across. I'll be back with the bottom of the 5th and am honored to be part of the broadcast with the voice of the Wizards, Mike Maz. Mike, go ahead and give the folks back at your station the out cue that they're used to.
You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
What does Chrysler sound like when you turn it up a little? It sounds like a party. Chrysler Block Party, our exclusive owner event, right on the Cleveland waterfront, Saturday, July 9th. Dial up the excitement with thrill rides in the all-new Chrysler 300C SRT8 and the Crossfire SRT6 Roadster. The ride of your life begins as our drivers put 2 of our most powerful vehicles through their paces. Or test drive our entire lineup including the Hemi-powered 300C and 220 horsepower PT Cruiser GT. Admission also includes entry to the Great Lakes Science Center and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. There'll also be live music from legendary Motown performers. All for only $95 per vehicle, only for Chrysler owners. Register today at Chrysler.com/block party or call 888-876-6464. $95 charge includes admission for you and up to 4 guests. Thrill rides conducted by professional drivers. Attendees and passenger seat only. For test drives, you must be a licensed driver 18 years or older.
Are you tired of chalky-looking dishes, hard water stains in your shower, or maybe you're thirsting for better water? Let us help. Hi, I'm Rick Harris, and at Harris Water Conditioning, we can help you with all of your water problems. A unique non-electric Connecticut water softener or drinking water system can significantly improve your water. So for quality on tap, give us a call.
Harris Water Conditioning and Connecticut water softener. For quality on tap.
800-264-2195.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Free to land the Wizards present a week-long baseball clinic Monday, July 25th through Friday, July 29th. For more information, give the Wizards office a call, 482-6400. Bottom half of the fifth inning, again with the call, the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
And Michael Collins belts one way back in center where your Donnie Ramirez pinned up against the 400-foot mark, hauls it in. Michael Collins, who's been on a hitting tear, he extended his hitting streak to 12 games with an infield single back in the first, has drilled the first pitch of the Colonel Fifth to the deepest part of the ballpark, 400 feet away, and Yordani Ramirez was as calm and poised as could be as he drifted back and caught it, pinned up against the wall. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the Colonel Fifth inning, 3-1 Kernels. Fabian Jimenez drops a curveball just inside, ball 1 to Drew Toussaint. Boy, Michael Collins. Toussaint rips one down the third baseline. Backhanded by Baudillo Figueroa, and he throws to first to take a hit away from Drew Toussaint. There was a fabulous backhanded stop by Figueroa behind third. The new first baseman who had to take over for Colt Morton, Lachlan Dale, that was in the 4th inning. Lachlan Dale made a fancy pick on the backhanded play, and it was a base hit taken away from Drew Toussaint by Baudillo Figueroa. He's played very well at third base, Mike, in this series.
He really has. And you haven't seen Brett Dowdy because he's on the disabled list with the fractured thumb.
Warner Madrigal swings at the first pitch and misses. It looks like Fabian Jimenez is going to try to match the good work done by Joe Torres, the Colonel lefty, in the top of this 5th inning. That is, he's trying to set the Colonels down in order for the first time today. So far, he's only had to make 4 pitches, and he has 2 out, nobody on. Warner Madrigal singled his last time up, a right-handed batter for the Colonels, and he chops it to short. Easy for Matt Bush, who throws Warner out, and the bottom of the 5th inning took all of 6 pitches for 19-year-old Colombian lefty Fabian Jimenez. He gives the Wizards a big lift as they're hanging right in here, trying to beat the Colonels for the first time in the series. Jimenez sets the side down in order in the Colonel 5th inning. Mike Maz, thank you so much. You're going to be welcoming our broadcast assistant, Julia Jansen, a senior at the University of Iowa. Julia is really looking forward to working with you for an inning, Mike. Mike Maz, this has been a real treat for me.
John, it's been one for me as well, and I look forward to you coming to the Summit City in 2.5 weeks, and we'll return the favor. And we'll let our fans know, too, we are going to try to make an effort, if we can put everything together, to do a joint simulcast when the Colonels come to town in 3 weeks. But, again, thank you for visiting our airwaves.
Thank you, Mike.
We head to the top of the 6th inning. Wizards trailing 3-1. You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
This time you really did it. Threw your back out again. Playing ball with the boys was a little risky, to be sure. But then you were feeling so good. That is until... There is help, though. The Neurospine and Pain Center offers real solutions for lower back pain. We get to the source of the back pain, the spinal cord, and the system of nerves running through it. So don't trust your back to just anyone. Call the spine specialist at the Neurospine and Pain Center and get relief. The Neurospine and Pain Center, serving Fort Wayne and the tri-state region.
Verizon Super Pages is committed to helping children and communities all over the country. Our commitment to literacy includes grassroots efforts in communities like Fort Wayne. In addition to donating millions of dollars in support of literacy, Verizon Super Pages has been partnering with dozens of local communities to actively promote literacy. We host an education website that offers children a fun way to learn through games and activities and helps parents stay connected with their children. Because as proud as we are of our Yellow Pages, we don't want them to be the only books people recognize. Here in Fort Wayne, Verizon Super Pages works with the Wizards as the sponsor of the Wizards' renowned Reading Club program. With the help of Verizon Super Pages, James Earl Jones visited Memorial Stadium during the 2001 season. And along with their sponsorship of the Reading Club program for the past 5 years, Verizon Super Pages has also donated 1,000 Wizards tickets to underprivileged families. If you'd like to get involved with the advancement of literacy in America, please visit www.superpages.com/enlighten-me.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Our ball game moves to the top half of the sixth inning. Wizards coming to bat. They trail 3-1. I'm Mike Maz, now joined by, what's the best way to describe you, Julia? Are you officially a Colonel intern?
Yeah, I'm John Rogers Broadcasting Intern. That's my official title.
Yeah, Julia Jansen from the University of Iowa with us. First batter for the Wizards in this top half of the sixth inning, Brian Fryer. Fouls one off to the right. The count is 1-2, and he's facing a new pitcher, the right-hander Nick Green, replacing the starter Joe Torres. Breaking ball hit on the ground on the left side. Freddy Sandoval opens at the third. Toss over the diamond. The first baseman, Michael Collins, in time. One up, one away. Brian Fryer grounds out third to first. Want to make note that our pitching change, the call to the bullpen, was brought to you by Centennial Wireless, and the new pitcher, Nick Green. The change is brought to you by the law office of Harold Myers. If you need legal help, give Harold a call at 424-8223. Designated hitter Tom Vincent stands in, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Tom has grounded out first baseman to the pitcher covering, and he has struck out swinging. And he fouls that pitch back to the screen. He's quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Okay, Julia, tell me the truth. What have you learned from Big John?
Well, it's been a really good experience so far. He's let me do play-by-play calls. I've been doing the third inning regularly with him, and, I've gotten to everything, a little commercial production here. I get to go out and do the reading program in early April and May, so that was a ton of fun, too.
Vincent swings and misses at the next pitch. He goes down swinging for the second time in a row. 2 up and 2 away here in the top half of the sixth. And being the sixth inning, fans, the Wizards need some runs, so let's shift into gear with Russmore Transmission and help the Wizards start a 2-out rally. Russmore Transmission with 2 locations in Fort Wayne and 1 in Warsaw. Lachlan Dale stepping to the plate for the first time today, replacing the injured Colt Morton, and LD takes the breaking ball in for a strike. Lachlan hitting 193 with 12 home runs and 35 runs batted in, and he pops one up, foul ground off to the right. Tim Duff, the catcher, giving chase, but it drifts in about 3 rows into the seats.
Everybody okay?
I think so. We've had a lot of instances in Fort Wayne, Julia, foul balls going into the stands, and fans, especially youngsters, not keeping their eye on the ball and getting hit and hurt.
We've had that here. They like to bounce off the top of our roof or up here by the suites and then come down and knock people in the head behind them.
Fastball misses high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The outfield straight up, the infield back. Wizards batting with the bases empty, 2 outs here in the sixth inning. Curveball hits up deep left. Going back is Toussaint. He's on the track. He's at the wall. It's off the wall. Dale rounding first, heading to second, and he'll put the brakes on there. LD did not miss a home run by much. For the most part, the walls are 8 feet high. There's a little section from the left field foul pole juts out, I'm going to guess, maybe 40 to 50 feet, Julia? Where the wall is actually about 12 feet high?
That's 16 feet high.
Is it 16 feet high?
Out there by the hot tub.
Now, Lachlan Dale aboard with a 2-out double. That is his 16th double of the year. Couldn't have come at a better time. That'll bring up catcher Matt Lauderdale. Takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Laudy today doubled in the second. Hit a fly ball to the center fielder Richard Giannotti in the fourth. Dale, the runner at second, 2 outs. Green to the belt. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off to the right. Past Chris Colthorst, who is coaching first base right now for the Wizards. 0-2, the count to Matt Lauderdale. Sean Kazmar waits on deck. Wizards trailing by 2, have the potential tying run at the plate. Fastball bounces up to the plate. Nice stop by the catcher, Tim Duff. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Has there been any one exciting play that you've gotten to call that comes to mind?
Well, my first 2 home runs ever were by Richard Giannotti in 2 different games, so that was really exciting.
The pitch is low. Throw back to second. In with the slide is Dale, and he beats it. He's still alive. Duff through to the second baseman, Jason Ramos. And if you just joined us, the Wizards are batting in the top of the 6th inning, trailing 3-1 here on Getaway Day, the final game of this 4-game series. Another breaking ball, misses, low and outside, blocked by the catcher Duff, and now the count's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Lauderdale.
Do you guys have a homestand after this?
No, we go to South Bend for 4 more games starting tomorrow night. Our kissing cousins, so to speak. Fastball gets away from the catcher. Lauderdale trots down to first on a walk, but moving alertly over to third is Lachlan Dale. And I'm not sure if that's going to be ruled a pass ball or a wild pitch. It does put runners on at the corners, however, with 2 outs. That'll bring up second baseman Sean Kazmar, and we'll try to check between innings. That pitch was low and away. It bounced off of the glove of the catcher Tim Duff. And some scorers, and I used to be one for 2.5 years, they feel that if the ball hits the glove, it may be a pass ball. Others go if the ball touches the ground at all, it's an automatic wild pitch, and we'll see what your score here rules. Sean Kazmar is struck out and single. Takes a fastball low, ball 1. What got you interested in covering sports?
Well, I went to school at the University of Iowa with a journalism major, and I had an emphasis, so I thought I'd do sports studies and kind of grew from there. And I really didn't start loving baseball until maybe the senior year of my high school. So I'm relatively new at the sport.
Well, you've got a good mentor in John Rogers. 1-1 now, the count to Sean Kazmar. 2-0, I should say, the count to Sean Kazmar. And that pitch misses low and away. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Tim Duff, the catcher, going to have a word with his battery mate, relief pitcher Nick Green. Beautiful day for baseball. I'm glad it's not raining. Wizards have a 7.5 to 8 hour bus ride home, and then they'll commute to South Bend tomorrow. And it's amazing. John and I were talking about it between innings. Wizards going to play 7 games in a row against South Bend, 4 at South Bend, and an off day, and 3 at Memorial Stadium. Fastball is called strike by Jeff Lesko, the plate umpire. 3-1 now, the count to Sean Kazmar.
We've really lucked out on our homestand here. We've had beautiful weather the whole entire week through the 4th of July.
Another pitch is taken for a strike, and the runner heads down to second base trying to steal, and Matt Lauderdale is gunned down. Catcher to the shortstop, and just like that, the inning is over. Matt tried to get his second stolen base in as many nights, but good throw by Duff to Rodriguez ended that idea. Wizards leave 1. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 3-1 Cedar Rapids. You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Hold on, pal. You can't ride the roller coaster.
Why not?
Because you're a
Crunchwrap?
A what?
A Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme. All the classic Taco Bell tastes you love. Beefy, melty, crunchy, cool.
Look, it's a safety issue.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm grilled up in a flour tortilla, so I'm portable. I'm perfect for cars, boats, planes, bobsleds.
You've been on a bobsled.
No.
The new Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. A crunchy tostada shell, seasoned beef, warm nacho cheese sauce, juicy tomatoes, and cool sour cream grilled up on a flour tortilla for maximum portability. For classic Taco Bell tastes that are good to go, you've got to think outside the bun. For limited time only at participating locations. Craving a taste for late-night excitement? Taco Bell is open late, so you can feed your need for all the crunchy, spicy, grilled, and melty stuff you crave. Spice up the night. Think outside the bun. Open till 2 a.m. or later. Hours may vary by location.
Did you know that Bend Pro is the official vending service of the Fort Wayne Wizards? Bend Pro is committed to better service, better value, and specializes in full-service vending, office coffee service, popcorn machines and supplies, and bottled water service, too. Stop making multiple phone calls to vendors. You're too busy for that. Let Bend Pro be the one-stop supplier for all your company needs. Bend Pro also will not be undersold. Call Bend Pro today at 489-3400 or check out their website at www.thebendpros.com.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, our ball game is in the bottom of the sixth inning. The Wizards have made a pitching change. They have brought in the right-hander Gaby Garcia to replace the starter Fabian Jimenez. This pitching change is all pitching changes of 2005, brought to you by the law offices of Harold Myers. When in doubt, give Harold a call at 424-8223. Harold Myers has been a proud supporter of Wizards baseball for 13 years and counting. Gaby Garcia, coming back from Tommy John surgery, is making his 21st appearance. He's 1-2, a 5.74 earned run average. He's worked 26 2/3 innings, given up 24 runs, 17 earned on 31 hits. He's walked 11, struck out 16, and the opposition getting 277 off of Gaby Garcia. First batter he'll face is right fielder Jordan Renz. We're joined by Kernel broadcast intern Julia Jensen, if I pronounced the last name correctly. Fastball up and in, a little bit of chin music to Renz. Ball one. Jordan singled, and he struck out.
Jordan's been coming back alive for us. He kind of had a tougher time at the beginning of the season and started swinging a lot better and kind of got quiet again, and maybe now he's turning around.
Yeah, he swung and missed at that delivery from Garcia. The count's 1-1. The Wizard outfield is almost straight up, and the infield is back. Garcia pitching from the stretch. Misses with a pitch up high. It's now 2-1. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Cedar Rapids. 5-0 for the Wizards. Colonel's batting in the bottom half of the sixth inning. They've got the brooms out and around here at the stadium. They're trying to sweep this 4-game series. The next pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's now 2-2. Is there anything that John will not let you do? Say over the air.
Oh, man. You know, not really. He's really great about everything. He let me try whatever I want to do. He'll let me go wherever I'm comfortable. His other interns didn't want to do play-by-play, so I said, why not? I'll do it, and I'll do color, too. I'll try everything.
Next pitch is fouled back. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Renz, leading off the sixth inning. He'll be followed by Tim Duff and then Jason Ramos, the lower third of the Cedar Rapids batting order. Gaby Garcia always pitches from the stretch, whether runners on base or not. Fastball again, foul off to the right, not a play, and the battle continues. It remains 2-2. Have you had a chance to interview any of the players?
Yeah, I do a couple of the pregame interviews or dugout interviews on our communications pregame show, and yeah, I've done probably 6 or 7. I do the Friday show with Bobby Maggiani's every Friday too.
Chopper foul up the third baseline. Figueroa finally touches it before it hooks back fair.
Usually I have questions that we have emailed in from our listeners, and I'd rather just sit there and ask my own questions. It's really fascinating for me, especially because I'm still learning a lot of the parts of baseball.
I've got to ask you, and I'll tell you why in a moment, what's it been like for you, a female, interviewing the male players?
You know, they've been really professional about it. You know, and I spend time in the dugout before each game, too, working on a pregame activity. But, you know, they're all pretty much right around my age, 21, 22. So it's not real different than being in a classroom for me than just interviewing someone in class.
2-2, pitch misses inside. Now the count's full. 3-2. Renz digging in the right-hand batter's box. Garcia looks into Lauderdale for the sign. Now the right-hander's ready. Full count delivery is swung on and missed. It's an instant copy case strikeout for Gaby Garcia. 1 up, 1 away. Renz goes down swinging for the second time in this ball game. That'll bring to the plate catcher Tim Duff, who has grounded out to second and bounced back to the mound. Duff in his first appearance for Cedar Rapids, just brought up a couple of days ago.
After our regular catcher, Tommy Duenas, was released from his contract with the Angels, and he's been picked up by the Marlins.
Wow. First pitch on the way, and it's swung at and missed, strike one. The reason I've asked you the question, before we left home, I had the opportunity. The beat writer for the morning paper in Fort Wayne, the Journal-Gazette, is a female by the name of Sarah Trotto. And we had her on the pregame show. Ground ball, left side. Bush in the hole. Long throw to first, and it is not in time. It actually was there, but it bounced off the glove of Dale. Matt Bush was in the outfield grass trying to throw another batter out. The throw one hop, it was on one hop to first, and Lachlan Dale just couldn't quite hang on to it. It's an infield hit for Duff, his first hit as a Colonel. He's aboard with one out, and here is the second baseman, Jason Ramos, who has grounded out to third and to short. In any event, Sarah was on our pregame show, and I asked her, it's not easy being a female talking to male athletes for any number of reasons.
It's a little intimidating at first. I admit that, sure.
Here is a blunt foul up the third base line. One strike to Ramos. Jason came in batting 172 with one home run and 5 runs batted in. The outfield is shaded slightly towards left. Dale's going to hold on to the bag at first, trying to keep the base runner Duff close. Figueroa's even with the bag at third. Double play depth at second and short.
I think the hardest thing about it is really just getting access in the places I need to go. Like, if I want to get the lineup before the game, it's in the clubhouse, and I'm really not supposed to be in there.
There's a line shot foul into the mound area on the left side. It's now 0-2. Well, I know, and Sarah mentioned this on the pregame show when she was on. The Wizards have a policy that no media is allowed within the clubhouse doors. There's a little hallway where players, coaches will meet with reporters. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and Ramos goes down swinging for out number 2. The second is Kentucky K for KB Garcia. 2 away. Duff still at first, and that'll bring to the plate the leadoff hitter, shortstop Sean Rodriguez. And Sarah does some interviews along with Maria Burns, who is a female writer for the afternoon paper, the News Sentinel. They do a lot of their interviews, if not in the hallway, in the Wizards dugout as well. So that's always a problem that females have with the males on where they can conduct the interview.
Also, if I want to travel with the team, Bobby's been exceptionally nice about letting me go with them on the bus, but it was something that we just had to go and get permission for, too, that it hadn't happened before here at the Kernels.
First pitch to Rodriguez is high for a ball, and on the pitch, Duff moves down to second base with a stolen base. Lauderdale's throw to second was not in time. So that is the third stolen base by the Kernels this afternoon. They now have a runner in scoring position at second base with 2 outs. 1-0 to count to shortstop Sean Rodriguez, who has walked, singled, and been hit by a pitch. Again, the infield's going to play back. The outfield's going to be shaded slightly towards right. Garcia looks back at second. The 1-0 misses high. It's 2 balls and no strikes, and Matt Lauderdale's going to come out. I have the feeling that Matt was looking for a fastball, and instead he got a breaking ball. In Cedar Rapids, spotted the Wizards a run in the top half of the third, came right back, sent 8 men to the plate, and scored 3 times themselves in the bottom half of the third, and that's it. 3-1 Kernels as they bat here in the 6th.
Good to see Tim Duff stealing bases already. The Kernels are crazy on the bases. They're always running.
There's a fastball taken for a strike. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike to the Colonel shortstop Sean Rodriguez. I've heard the train. Now I see the train the first time over the wall beyond the scoreboard in right center field. The 2-1 pitch misses low on the inside. It's now 3 balls and a strike.
I think they might be cheering us on today. I've never heard them blowing their horn that loudly. But usually we have 7 p.m. games, so there's not much action going on down there then.
3-1 pitch misses high, ball 4, so Rodriguez walks for the second time this afternoon. Cedar Rapids now with 2 runners on, 2 outs, and here is the center fielder today, Richard Giannotti. He's played left field twice in this series. He had flight out to left, singled and scored a run in the third inning and hit into a fielder's choice in the fourth. Hitting from the left side, Richard Giannotti. Takes a pitch outside, ball one. Davey Garcia having trouble finding the strike zone. I love your Jumbotron here, Julia. Surprised, I asked John about it. I'm surprised you folks haven't tried televising a game back to the folks here in Eastern Iowa. Fastball ripped foul into the bleachers in right field. Giannotti got out in front of that pitch and ripped it foul. It's now 1-1.
John probably said it too, but we've had baseball here for over 120 years in Cedar Rapids, and nothing against the fans in Eastern Iowa, but the University of Iowa dominates. The Kernels are great to come out and watch, but I just think that a lot of Cedar Rapidians and other people in this area just kind of take advantage of Kernels baseball.
1-1 the count to Richard Giannotti. He bats with 2 on and 2 out in the sixth, and there's a breaking ball, misses high. Now 2 balls and a strike. And this is the finale of a 4-game series. The Kernels have been great hosts to the Wizards every place but the scoreboard. They won the opener on the 4th of July 6-3. They won game 2 7-3. Here's a ball again, ripped foul off to the right and out of play. Looks like Giannotti's just trying to time the Garcia fastball. He's caught on quick that Davey's having trouble with the breaking ball. And it's deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs.
Richard Giannotti is one of my favorite Kernel players to watch bat. I have a feeling he might make it in the majors. He's only had 3 home runs this season, and I got to call 2 of them, so it was definitely a highlight.
A long look in for Davey Garcia. Now the right-hander's ready. 2-2 offering is popped up, left center field. Brian Fryer, the left fielder, waits for it, and he puts it away to retire the side. For the Kernels in the 6th, no runs, a hit, and a where's 2 left. We head to the 7th. It's the Kernels 3 and the Wizards 1. This is Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
The Best Western Luxbury Inn is the home away from home for the visiting Midwest League teams. Located directly off I-69 at exit 102, the Best Western Luxbury Inn provides visiting players and coaches with the comfort and convenience they need. Let us be your getaway destination for visiting family, friends, or just a weekend of family fun. Call 436-0242 for reservations. The Best Western Luxbury Inn, the perfect getaway destination for your family and friends, and the official home of the Fort Wayne Wizards.
When I grow up, I want to be an anesthesiologist. I want to be an aerospace engineer.
Merger and acquisition attorney.
Occupational therapist. Certified public accountant.
Nothing's bigger than a child's dreams, except maybe the college tuition bills that will help them come true. With the College Choice 529 investment plan, you may save on taxes when you save for a child's college education. It's sponsored by the Indiana Education Savings Authority and distributed by One Group Dealer Services, member SIPC, and an affiliate of Bank One Corporation. For more information about College Choice, including an offering statement, contact your investment representative, call 1-866-400-PLAN, or visit collegechoiceplan.com.
This is Tim Berry, Indiana State Treasurer. We created the College Choice 529 investment plan with you, the Indiana citizen, in mind. Earnings are free from Indiana state income taxes. Think about how it might help someone you love get to college.
College Choice, working to make your child's dream a reality.
All sports, all day, all night, with Sports Center updates every 20 minutes. This is WKJG, Fort Wayne's ESPN Radio 1380.
Short drive down Highway 30 West and a dogleg right on Highway 205 leads the Wizards team to the links of Eagle Glen in Columbia City. Visit the links of Eagle Glen for your next round of golf, where you might catch a Wizards player trying to grab a golf ball rather than hitting a baseball. Along with Cedar Rapids Colonel broadcast intern Julia Jameson, this is Mike Miles. Wizards coming to bat. Top half of the 7th, trailing 3-1. Sean Kazmar fouls the first pitch he sees from reliever Nick Green right above our heads. Strike 1. Sean was at the plate when Matt Lauderdale was thrown out trying to steal second base. The next pitch is low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the Wizards second baseman. to be followed by Matt Bush and Yordani Ramirez. That's a fastball, belt high, called a strike by our home plate umpire, Jeff Lascola. So you have had a chance to travel with the ball club?
Yeah, I went out to Peoria with them on our last away game. I've gone to Quad Cities. I'll probably go back to Peoria coming up and go to Clinton and some of the other ones that are a little closer. Peoria is the first one I've gone to and actually stayed at the hotel with the team. So it was really fun. I had a really good time.
1-2 pitch hit on the ground on the left side. Sean Rodriguez in the hole. Plants, fires, and he gets Kazmar by a step. 1 up, 1 away as Sean Kazmar grounds out short to first. That'll bring to the plate the Wizards shortstop, Matt Bush. Matt is looking for his first hit. He has grounded out to his counterpart, Rodriguez, at short. Also hit into a 6-4-3 double play, one of 3 twin killings turned in by the Kernels this afternoon. Matt Bush started the game batting .239 with 2 home runs, 25 runs batted in, and he takes the first pitch low, ball 1.
Your Wizard players, I've noticed, have learned something very quickly here at the stadium. We have a kiss cam in between the 6th and 7th inning, and we always put 2 players on the opposing team on there at the end, and I saw them today. They were all standing very far apart from each other.
1-1 the count. Now the 1-1 pitch is inside, and Bush is ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Yordani Ramirez waits on deck. Wizards trying to get some offense going. The next pitch, check swing, but it's called a strike by Jeff Lascola. And it's deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Matt Bush. The outfield almost straight up, the infield back. Green into the motion. A fastball misses outside. Now the count's run its limit. It's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The windup. The full count pitch is drilled right to the shortstop, Rodriguez. Something about shortstop to shortstop today. 3rd successive time Matt Bush has hit a ball right at Sean Rodriguez. 2 up and 2 away in the Wizards' 7th inning, and that'll bring up center fielder Yordani Ramirez. Yordani walked and scored a run in the 3rd inning, lined out to the second baseman Jason Ramos back in the 5th. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 1. Wizards are only able to collect 5 base hits thus far. Actually led 1-0 after 2.5 innings, but the Kernels came back with a 3 spot in the bottom of the 3rd. Fastball, call strike 2. So quickly Nick Green out in front, no balls and 2 strikes. To Yordani Ramirez, who bats with the bases empty and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And it is strike 3 as Yordani Ramirez goes fishing and comes up empty. 1-2-3 inning for Nick Green. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Colonel fans on their feet. They're enjoying their team's performance thus far. It's 3-1 Cedar Rapids. You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Budweiser True Music is music created for real music lovers by real musicians, like the Donnas.
Have band favorites that maybe aren't the most popular for some people.
They mean something else to us. But we don't put any song on the record that we don't like.
We really tried hard to think of it as an album instead of let's write a single and then some other filler songs. I mean, I know everyone tries to write a great album, but I think that's really our focus. Yeah, a lot of people say it, but do they stress out about it and cry?
This moment of true music was brought to you by Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking for a clear alternative to driving around Fort Wayne? Rely on Fort Wayne's public transportation, CityLink. CityLink offers options to getting around the Fort Wayne area, providing dependable, safe, and convenient routes around the city. Wherever life takes you, trust Fort Wayne's best means of transportation, CityLink. For information on routes and service areas, visit our website at fwcitylink.com or call 432-4546. CityLink, wherever life takes you, and proud sponsors of Fort Wayne Wizards.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne Sports Leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Kernels come to bat in the bottom half of the 7th inning, facing the reliever Gaby Garcia. A pinch hitter, Nate Sutton, will lead things off, and we're going to ask Julia Jensen to show off her wares from the University of Iowa. Julia, go ahead and please do the play-by-play for this bottom half of the 7th inning.
All right. Well, I think Freddy Sandoval had a bit of a shoulder injury after getting hit by a pitch, so Nate Sutton steps up to the plate. He's a left-handed batter. Uses a white ash bat and then takes a look at the first pitch. Ball low and away. Michael Collins playing first base tonight. He's from Australia. He's on deck. And Sutton loops one into right center field. Running over to make the catch is Yordani Ramirez for the first out of the inning.
That's a typical Yordani Ramirez play, Julia. Yordani's been tabbed a potential 5-2 player by the parent club of the Wizards San Diego Padres. And even though he's not 100% recovered from a hamstring twinge, he got on his horse and showed a lot of speed that time to run down that fly ball into right center field.
Yeah, they go way over to his left to make the catch. That's right. No, Michael Collins, the Australian on our team. I know you have Lachlan. Oh, you have two Australians.
Lachlan Dale and Tom Vincent.
So Michael Collins and another one of them out last night having something to eat together after the game. Collins pops up the first pitch to Sean Kazmar, who makes the catch all by himself for the second out. And that will bring Drew Toussaint to the plate for the third batter for the Kernels in this inning. Kernels lead the Wizards 3-1. We have 7 hits. Wizards have 5. No errors by either team. The first pitch in there for strike one. 88-mile-per-hour pitch. The 0-1 pitch in there for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Drew Toussaint. 2 out here, bottom of the 7th. The Kernels lead the Wizards 3-1. Drew Toussaint sends a ball deep into left field. That might be out of here. Yes, it is. Bounces off the advertisements in left field over the 378 sign, and Drew Toussaint has sent his 12th homer of the year out of the park.
Well, that was the ball that all you could do was wave 5-by-2. That got all of that pitch, and Brian Fryer started out, took about 3 or 4 strides, and all he could do was stop and wave goodbye as that ball hit on the top of the advertising billboards above the wall in left center field. And
the lady who lives across the street out there, you can see her blue house from here. She collects all of the balls, brings a bag of them over about once a month, and says, "Here you go. This is the offerings I have this month." So now the Kernels lead the Wizards by 3, 4-1 Kernels in the bottom of the 7th. That brings up Warner Madrigal, our designated hitter tonight. Right-handed batter uses a black bat with white tape around the bottom. Takes a big swing and miss for strike 2.
Does she charge you for bringing the balls back?
I don't think so. I think we just put them in our practice bag and continue on. She said she has no need for that many baseballs. And there's a big swing and a miss, strike 3 by Warner Madrigal. So in 4 batters, the Kernels did damage by a home run by Drew Toussaint. There was run on 1 hit. There were no errors. Kernels didn't leave anybody on. They've stranded 8 in the game. We'll be back with the top of the 8th, or I'll pass it over to you.
Our score, 4-1 Cedar Rapids. You're listening to Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
The College Football Hall of Fame, where every day is Saturday, and the sights and sounds of college football come alive with high-tech interactive displays, exhibits, and a 360-degree stadium theater that puts fans of all ages in the middle of the game. All the greats play in our house, and we invite you to join in South Bend, Indiana, or visit us on the web at collegefootball.org, or call 1-800-440-FAME. The College Football Hall of Fame, where every day is Saturday.
From muscle cars to the SSR to Malibu and the new Cobalt, for generations Chevy has been breaking the rules. Now we're rewriting them with the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay for almost every 2005 Chevy vehicle. Not a cent more. The Chevy employee discount for everyone at participating dealers only. we've extended the Chevy employee discount for everyone. Stop into your Chevy dealer now through August 1st to take advantage of employee pricing on almost every 2005 Chevy car, truck, and SUV. At participating dealers only. See dealer for details. Take delivery by 8105. That's right. Now through August 1st. Take advantage of employee pricing on almost every 2005 Chevy vehicle. Hurry. The Chevy employee discount for everyone ends August 1st. See your Northeast Indiana Chevy dealer today.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Hey, fans, the next time you want to get away, be it for a night, a week, a month, or any time in between, go where the umpires of the Midwest League go when they're in the Summit City. That's the Holiday Inn downtown. Located in the heart of downtown Fort Wayne at 300 East Washington Boulevard, the Holiday Inn downtown offers all the amenities at an affordable price. For reservations, call 422-5511. Wizards come to bat in the 8th inning looking for offense. There's an APB out. Fort Wayne trails 4-1. Baudilio Figueroa, Matt Thayer, and Brian Fryer, the 9-1 and 2 hitters in Randy Reddy's lineup, trying to get something started. First pitch by the reliever. Nick Green is in for a strike. Figueroa has walked and struck out. The next pitch misses low, and the count's even at 1-1. 4-8-0 for the Kernels, 1-5-0 for the Wizards. There's a pitch that's drilled into left center field. If it gets down, it's trouble, and it's going to split the two outfielders. Figueroa on his way to second with a stand-up double. So Figgy on board, his third double of the year, and just maybe the Wizards can get something going. They are down to their final 6 outs, and they trail 4-1. I thank Julia Jansen, the broadcast intern. Thank all our friends from next door. The Dean of Midwest League Broadcasters, John Rogers. The Hall of Fame broadcaster, Bob Brooks, and Julia for spending time with us this afternoon. Matt Thayer comes to the plate. He has walked, singled, and struck out. Green to the belt. Here's a fly ball hit to right and somewhat deep. Wren's going back, still going back, looks up and, he makes the catch up against the wall. Figueroa, we think, tagged at second. He moves over to third. Fine running catch in right field, about 350 feet away. Matt Thayer's bid for an extra base hit thwarted. And that's just the kind of luck the Wizards have had this second half. The ball was hit very well. 1 out. Figueroa on at third. And that'll bring to the plate left fielder Brian Fryer. Brian this afternoon has hit into a double play not once but twice, and he's also grounded out to third. Right-hand hitter. The outfield straight up, the infield back. Green from the belt. Is a fly ball to center, not that deep. Could be some fun. Giannotti makes the catch. Here's the tag. Here's the throw to the plate. Figueroa going to try to score. He's in there safely. He beat the throw. Good hustle by Baudilio Figueroa. And the Wizards get the run back they gave up in the 7th. It's now 4-2 on the sacrifice fly, and run batted in off the bat of Brian Fryer. That's Brian's third run batted in. 2 away, bases empty. Here is the designated hitter, Tom Vincent. Tom swings. It's a ground ball to second. Ramos up with it, and he flips it over to first base in time. So Tom Vincent swinging on the first pitch, grounds out to second to end the inning, but the Wizards do get a run on the double on the sacrifice fly. No errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's now Cedar Rapids 4 and the Wizards 2. This is Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Kazmar Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Years ago,
in 1955 to be exact, Rushmore Transmission began the process of growing a young company. The primary goals being, 1, to be the leader in customer service, and 2, provide the latest transmission technology. Well, these goals have been reached, and we continually improve upon them. And now we proudly make available to our customers the best warranty in our industry, a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty. So if you have a transmission problem in a domestic, foreign, or import car or truck, call Rushmore Transmission first on Coliseum Boulevard West at 482-9414, in the 1469 Auto Mall at 432-5010, and in Warsaw. Or visit us at Rushmore.com.
Rushmore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Thinking of buying, selling, or building? Then be sure to talk to the good folks at Radebaugh Auctioneers and Real Estate. Mike Radebaugh and his staff are well known for leaving no stones unturned on behalf of their clients. When they say, we auction the earth and everything on it, they mean it. They're easy to deal with, either by phone, 260-492-6656, or in person at 2825 Maple Crest Road near the Georgetown Shopping Center in Fort Wayne. Remember, saying Mike Radebaugh is the same as saying sold. Radebaugh Auctioneers and Real Estate, proud supporters of the Fort Wayne Wizards.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
If you need legal advice in the Summit City, be sure to contact the law office of Harold Myers. Harold's been a proud supporter of Wizards baseball for 13 years and counting. He has the experience and the knowledge needed to handle all of your legal needs. That's the law office of Harold Myers. Call him at 424-8223. Randy Reddy has gone back to his bullpen, and he's brought in the right-hander, Texan Ryan Klatt. Ryan making his 8th appearance since joining the ball club. He's 0-1 with a 3.86 earned run average. First pitch he throws is looped into left field over the head of Matt Bush by Jordan Renz. Renz now 2 for 4 on the afternoon, a pair of singles to go along with a pair of strikeouts. So 1 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here is the catcher, Tim Duff. Duff has singled his last time up. Prior to that, he grounded out to second and bounced back to the mound. The outfield shaded to right. The infield double play depth, except for Dale, who's holding on to the runner at first. Runner goes from first. Pitch fouled off to the right. 0-1. The count to Tim Duff, playing in his first game for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Ryan Klatt, who was an all-star selection last year before he fell victim to Tommy John surgery, pitches from the stretch. Takes something off that pitch, and Duff well out in front, swinging and missing. It's now 0-2. Jason Ramos waits on deck. Ryan Klatt's job, plain and simple. Slam the door shut. Do not allow a run. The Wizards have one more crack at it in the top of the 9th. That pitch misses low and outside. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to catcher Tim Duff. 4-2 our score. Cedar Rapids with the lead. Kernels batting here in the bottom of the 8th with a runner on at first and nobody out. It's set by Klatt to look over to first. The pitch to the plate is swung on and missed. And Duff goes down swinging. First is some copy case strikeout for Ryan Klatt. Now it's a man on and a man out. And here is the Colonel's second sacker, Jason Ramos. Jason 0 for 3. He has grounded out to third, bounced out to short, and struck out swinging. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander, Ryan Klatt. First pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. Ryan, like Matt Varner, a Texan who likes to throw the high, hard one. I think, as I like to say, the Texas hardball. The 0-1 is lined over the head of Bush, just eluding his outstretched leap into left field. Stopping at second is Renz. Kernels with a pair of hits to left field, bookending a strikeout. 2 on, 1 out. Top of the order, shortstop Sean Rodriguez. What time Matt Bush was to see was Colt Morton's height, because he would have flagged that line drive down. Rodriguez has walked, singled, been hit by a pitch and walked again. He's also scored a run. 1 for 1 officially. Klatt to the belt. First pitch, belt high, strike 1. Wizard outfield shaded slightly towards right. Infield is back all the way around. Runners get their leads at first and second base. Rodriguez digs in, swings and foul tips that pitch into the middle Lauderdale. Now behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Richard Giannotti waits in the on-deck circle. Wizards would like to turn double play on the infield and head for the dugout. Here's the set by Ryan Klatt to look back to second. The pitch to the plate is swung on and missed. Another instant count PK strikeout for Klatt. Second. 2 outs now in the Cedar Rapids 8th inning. 2 on. Here is the center fielder, Richard Giannotti. Giannotti flied out to left field in the first inning, singled and scored a run in the third, hit into a fielder's choice in the fourth, and flied out once again to Brian Fryer in left in the 6th inning. Klatt looking back at second. Fastball is fouled just to the left of us. And I mean, that couldn't have been more than 10 feet away from us. 0-1 the count. Steve, our handy-dandy bus driver, sitting alongside, and I think neither one of us is really relishing the long ride home, but duty calls. Wizards will be taking off for home roughly about an hour after the completion of this game. There's a pitch that misses low. Scoreboard says 1 ball and 1 strike to Richard Giannotti. Jordan Wren's the runner at second base. Jason Ramos over at first. Each of them on board on a single to left field. There are 2 outs in the inning. Klatt to the belt. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner, and it's now 1-2. Nate Sutton replacing Freddy Sandoval at third base. Waits on deck. Outfield shaded to left, the infield back. Long look in for Ryan Klatt. Now the right-hander's ready. After glancing back to second, he brings it home, and it's swung on and missed, and the inning is over. Klatt strikes out the side, gives up a couple of singles as well. Hang on to your hats, folks. It is last chance coming up for the Wizards. They come to the plate at the top of the 9th inning, trailing 4-2. This is Wizards Baseball on ESPN Radio 1380.
Want a quality pizza made just the way you like it? Then go to Easter Chicago Pizza Company. Along with the old standards like pepperoni, sausage, and more, they also feature great specialty pizzas like garden vegetable, Hawaiian, taco, barbecue chicken, and the Tower Pan pizzas. Easter Chicago also has peanut butter and jelly and Dutch Crunch dessert pizzas. Easter Chicago Pizza Company. Pizza done right, and a proud sponsor of the Fort Wayne Wizards.
The place to go for all of your vehicle repairs is Peter's Body Shop. Conveniently located on the corner of Bluffton and Sandpoint Roads near the Waynedale section of Fort Wayne, Peter's Body Shop offers the very latest in computerized technology. Their professional and courteous staff knows how to take care of their customers as well. Having been in the business for 25 years, they're known for being both collision experts and insurance claim specialists. And they have a direct repair arrangement with most major insurance carriers. Call 747-7780. They're open weekdays till 5:30. Peter's Body Shop, the place to go for vehicle repairs in the Summit City.
You're taking care of yourself. You're active and enjoying the outdoors on bicycle, rollerblade, skateboard, or scooter. Use a helmet and make sure you wear it like a pro. Approximately 350,000 kids and teens with head injuries are treated in emergency rooms throughout the U.S. each year. Wearing a helmet can reduce head injuries by as much as 90%. The Parkview Level 2 Adult and Pediatric Trauma Center reminds you to protect yourself from head injury. Helmets. All the pros wear them.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
If it's time for your legal needs to hit the showers, call the law office of Harold Myers. You can get in touch with Harold by calling him at 424-8223. Harold's proud to sponsor each and every pitching change made in 2005. Again, that's the law office of Harold Myers, 424-8223. Chris Waters, the closer for Cedar Rapids, enters the game now here in the top of the 9th inning, replacing Nick Green, who did a good job over 3 innings, giving up just 1 run. Lachlan Dale takes a fastball high to start this 9th inning off. 1-0, LD replacing Colt Morton. Doubled back in the 6th inning. It's a fastball in for a strike. Chris Waters 1-3 on the year. It's his 29th appearance, a 4.46 ERA. Fastball misses high, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Lachlan Dale will be followed by Matt Lauderdale and Sean Kazmar as the Wizards make their last stand here in the 9th. There's a pitch, a letter-high fastball, called a strike by our home plate umpire, Jeff Lascola. The outfield shaded towards left, the infield back. In fact, Rodriguez is in the outfield grass at shortstop. There's a fastball that misses high and outside. Now the count's full to Lachlan Dale. Wizards trying to avoid the sweep. 4-2 Kernels as the Wizards bat here in the 9th. Full count pitch popped up, shallow left field, and it's the third baseman Sutton who calls off his teammate Rodriguez, and Nate puts it away for the first out of this 9th inning. 1 up, 1 away, and here is Matt Lauderdale. Laudy doubled in the 2nd, flied out to center in the 4th, and walked in the 6th. Unfortunately, he was on first base with Dale over at 3rd. And 2 outs when Matt tried to steal second base. He was gunned down. There's a pitch in for a strike. Counts even to Lauderdale at 1-1. Matt came into the game batting .305 with a couple of home runs. 20 runs batted in. There's another fastball, and that catches the outside corner, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The windup, the pitch of the curveball chopped foul up the left side, past the Wizard dugout on the third base side. Sean Kazmar waits on deck. The outfield shaded to left, the infield back and deep. Fastball hit on the right side, goes left as Ramos. The second baseman has it, and he tosses over to first in time. Lauderdale grounds out second to first, and now the Wizards are down to their final out. Sean Kazmar has struck out, singled, and grounded out to short. Wizards desperately trying to get something started here with 2 outs in the top half of the 9th. Waters winds and pitches the fastball in for a strike. 87 miles an hour according to the gun on the scoreboard in right center field. The 0-1 pitch, call strike 2. Kazmar didn't like that call. Sean out of the batter's box. Perhaps a touch of frustration setting in. The windup, the 0-2 pitch. Grounder past the mound. Ramos has it. Tosses to second, and this game is over. Wizards go down quietly. 1-2-3 in the top half of the 9th. Few brooms are in evidence. Final score this afternoon, the Kernels 4, the Wizards 2. Back with the Wizards post-game show in 3.5 minutes here on ESPN Radio 1380.
Ever wonder why Strazzlo's is the place to go either before or after you watch the Wizards play? Maybe it's their location. Strazzlo's is located in the village of Coventry off I-69 at exit 102B behind Scott's Foods. Maybe it's the daily lunch specials, which start at just $2.99, featuring 25-cent jumbo wings on Sundays. Or how about some of their daily drink specials? $8.50 buckets of domestic bottles on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Perhaps it's the over 20 TVs, big screens, and high-def monitors, where you can catch your favorite big league team. If it's music you like, Strazzlo's Strazlos offers karaoke on Thursdays, a free jukebox party on Wednesdays, and a DJ on Fridays and Saturdays where you can dance the night away on the big lighted dance floor. Don't forget the games. Strazlos has 5 pool tables, 2 electronic dartboards, ping pong tables, and Golden Key 2005 for your enjoyment. Strazlos, located in the village of Coventry off I-69 at exit 102B behind Scott's in Southwest Fort Wayne. And don't forget, fans, you can use your Wizards ticket stub for a buy one, get one free menu item, appetizers, or sandwiches on your next visit. Strazlos, good anytime.
Enjoy an all-American experience. Baseball, apple pie, and the Holiday Inn. Located just minutes from the Wizards Stadium. Stay at the Holiday Inn downtown for your next trip to Fort Wayne, located at 300 East Washington Boulevard. The Holiday Inn downtown is offering a special Wizards baseball package. This package includes an overnight standard room, continental breakfast, and tickets to the exciting game at Memorial Stadium. Don't wait to make your reservations to guarantee your seat because tickets are limited. Call 260-442-5511 for details.
This is Art Salzberg. My preferred auto body shop in Fort Wayne, Auto Collision Service, has just become the official body repair shop for Tompkinson BMW Dodge. As a part of that arrangement, Auto Collision has opened its 3rd location and estimating center at Tompkinson BMW in the Auto Mall. Auto Collision is the only body shop I use. I'm always impressed with their professionalism, and there's great peace of mind in the lifetime warranty they offer on every job. Auto Collision near Southgate Plaza, Time Corners, and now at Tompkinson BMW in the Auto Mall.
Having trouble with your New Year's resolution? Well, if so, then work out where the Wizards work out at Summit City Fitness. Summit City Fitness offers free weights, circuit training, aerobics, racquetball, childcare, massage, spinning, yoga, whirlpool sauna, and more. Summit City Fitness is located at 5929 Trier Road. Give them a call at 485-1671 to find out more information. Summit City Fitness, proud sponsors of the 2004 Fort Wayne Wizards.
Bob Rorman's Fort Wayne Toyota is proud to sponsor Fort Wayne Wizards Baseball. Get to Fort Wayne Toyota in the 1469 Auto Mall for the best selection of new Toyotas and pre-owned vehicles in all of Northeast Indiana. Certified pre-owned Toyotas come with a 6-year, 100,000-mile warranty and special interest rates. You can shop them on the web 24 hours at www.fortwaynetoyota.com. Fort Wayne Toyota, 5900 Illinois Road, exit 105A off I-69.
Are you looking for ways to improve your business telecommunications? Are you tired of high monthly rates, confusing bills, and poor customer service? InDigital Telecom can help. If you're a Fort Wayne business, InDigital can provide you with crystal clear digital phone service and screaming high-speed internet service anywhere in Allen County. And when it comes to customer service, like the Fort Wayne Wizards, we're hard to beat. Call us at 469-2010 or see us on the web at www.indigital.net. InDigital Telecom, official service provider for the Fort Wayne Wizards.
Need to bring the kids? Our play area has got you covered. Husband doesn't want to miss the game? Our big screen TV has got you covered. Giving up your lunch hour? Our food and snacks have got you covered. Need new flooring? Got you covered. Fort Wayne's most unique flooring store, True Colors, has got you covered. Anything you've been dreaming of to cover a floor is at True Colors. Incredible selection, and we stand behind every job we do. True Colors, 700 East Coliseum Boulevard across from the Northcrest Shopping Center. Call 484-0700.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne Sports Leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Hey fans, be sure to pick up your free ticket fill-up card the next time you stop in at a participating Marathon station. Each time you fill your car up with at least 8 gallons of gas from Marathon, your fill-up card will be punched. When your card's been punched 3 times, just take it to the Wizard ticket offices at Memorial Stadium, or after purchasing 1 ticket for a Wizards game at the regular price, you'll receive a second ticket of equal value absolutely free. Participating Marathon stations are located in, amongst other places, Bluffton, Columbia City, Decatur, Kendallville, Markle, Woodburn, Monroeville, New Haven, Hoagland, Ossian, Huntington, and Wolf Lake, as well as in Fort Wayne. Welcome to the Wizards post-game show. Mike Maz here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The Kernels, well, they swept the Wizards in a 4-game series, winning this afternoon's game by a final score of 4-2. Here's how things transpired. Wizards actually jumped out on top in the top half of the 3rd inning off of Cedar Rapids starting pitcher Joe Torres. Yordani Ramirez led off the inning with a walk. Baudilio Figueroa also walked, putting runners on at first and second. Nobody out. Matt Thayer then singled. That brought in Ramirez. and it was 1-0 Wizards. Brian Fryer then hit into a double play, and the rest of the threat was over. Vincent struck out, but the Wizards were on top 1-0. Kernels came back in the bottom half of the third inning and essentially won the ball game right then and there. The inning started off with Sean Rodriguez singling through the right side. Richard Giannotti then followed with a single to left. Freddy Sandoval was then hit by a pitch that loaded the bases with nobody out. Michael Collins drew a bases-loaded walk that brought in Rodriguez. The game was tied at 1-1. Then Drew Toussaint doubled into the gap in left center field. That scored both Giannotti and Sandoval. And it was the Kernels 3, the Wizards 1 after 3 innings of play. Stayed that way until the bottom half of the 7th inning, when with 2 outs, Drew Toussaint smacked a home run over the 378-foot marker in left center field, over not only the 8-foot-high wall, but another 8 feet of advertising wall space. Toussaint's 12th home run, and as it turned out, his 3rd run batted in for the game. He ends up with 40 RBIs after today's action. And it was 4-1 in favor of Cedar Rapids. The Wizards were able to get 1 run back in the top of the 8th inning. Figueroa led off the inning with a double. He moved to third when Matt Thayer was absolutely robbed by the right fielder Jordan Renz on a ball hit nearly 375 feet. But on the play, Figueroa was able to advance from second to third, and he came home when Brian Fryer hit into a sacrifice fly to center field. Giannotti's throw to the plate not in time. It was 4-2 Wizards, but after that, nobody else reached base. Tom Vincent grounded out in the 8th inning, and then Chris Waters came in the top of the 9th and set the side down 1-2-3. And that, unfortunately, was that. The final line score here this afternoon, the Cedar Rapids Kernels 4 runs on 10 hits. They did not commit any errors, and they left 10 runners on base. The Wizards 2 runs on 6 hits. Likewise, they did not commit an error, and they stranded 4. The winning pitcher, the starter Joe Torres, he improves to 1-3. The loser, Wizards starter Fabian Jimenez, he drops to 4-10. Chris Waters picks up his 3rd save of the year. Time of the game, 2 hours and 31 minutes, played in front of 3,293 fans, and our attendance of 3,293. Brought to you by our good friends at Rolf Griffin Heating and Air Conditioning. Be sure to give them a call at 744-2151. Tough loss for the Wizards. We'll talk about that a little bit more coming up. But after this break on the Wizards postgame show, we'll take a look at what else is going on right now and tonight in the Midwest League, perhaps some Major League scores as well. Brought to you by our good friends at Dick's Sporting Goods. Again, the Wizards lose a tough one this afternoon, 4-2 to Cedar Rapids. The Wizards postgame show continues in a moment here on ESPN Radio 1380.
When the Wizards lineup needs a start, they turn to Crown Battery Systems of Fort Wayne. Crown Battery Systems' #1 goal is customer satisfaction. Crown Battery Systems has your needs, from automotive, marine, lawn and garden, or commercial. Start your product off right with Crown Battery Systems. Crown Battery Systems, located at 3000 East Washington Boulevard, west of the Coliseum Cloverleaf, towards downtown Fort Wayne. Crown Battery Systems, 260-423-3357. Official sponsor of the Wizards Battery of the Game.
Baseball's a family game, and the best family car in the market is the all-new 2006 Hyundai Sonata from Glenbrook Hyundai. It's a Hyundai like you've never seen before, with 6 airbags, anti-lock brakes, stability and traction control, all standard. Wizards manager Randy Reddy drives one, plus Glenbrook Hyundai will double America's best warranty to 20 years, 200,000 miles.
You could be driving a Hyundai, oh yes you could, a Glenbrook Hyundai.
Just like any business, the Wizards like to have clean offices and clean luxury suites, while the players like a clean clubhouse. When we need our carpets cleaned, we call Extreme Carpet Cleaning. Extreme Carpet Cleaning not only cleans carpets, but also upholstery, air ducts, and ceramic tile. And Extreme Carpet Cleaning is the home of the $20 per area carpet cleaning. Give the folks at Extreme Carpet Cleaning a call today at 471-2330 and find out what the Wizards already know, that they're the best in the business.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne Sports Leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Well, welcome back once again to the Wizards post-game show here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Wizards fall on the short end of a 4-2 score in the series finale to the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Time now to take a look at what else is happening throughout both the Midwest League and Major League Baseball, courtesy of our good friends at Dick's Sporting Goods. They have 2 locations in the Summit City to serve you. Just one other game going on right now in the Midwest League, and it's not all that far from here, a little over an hour away, at John O'Donnell Stadium in Davenport, Iowa. They are in the top of the 10th inning. West Michigan and the Swing of the Quad Cities all knotted at 3 runs apiece. In fact, the Whitecaps had to score 3 runs in the top of the 9th to even things up. Again, it is 3-3 West Michigan and Quad Cities with the with the West Michigan Whitecaps batting in the top of the 10th inning. The other games in the circuit tonight, all night games. They will find Lansing visiting Dayton. At Peoria, the Chiefs will host Kane County. It is Clinton visiting Southwest Michigan at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek. South Bend will be at Burlington. Steven Jackson for the Silverhawks. Danny Christensen on the mound for the Burlington Bees. And the other game scheduled up at Fox City Stadium in Appleton, the backyard battle between the Wisconsin teams in the league, the Beloit Snappers and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Jay Rainville, 6-2, will go for Beloit. Casey Abrams, who did a nice job against the Wizards back at Memorial Stadium a few days ago, he will start for the Timber Rattlers. That's what the schedule is in the Midwest League. Now a quick look at what's happening in the major leagues. One game has already been completed, first half of a doubleheader at Turner Field in Atlanta, and the Atlanta Braves shut out the Chicago Cubs. And I love it when this laptop decides to change things. Final score 6-0. Mark Pryor takes the loss. He's now 5-3, 5-run 5th inning, the major blow. Elsewhere tonight in the National League, there'll be a second game between Chicago and Atlanta. Milwaukee, that game is underway, some other scores. Milwaukee is in Miami to take on the Florida Marlins, and Florida's batting in the bottom of the 5th, leading 5-3. They've gone to the top of the 9th at RFK Stadium in Washington, and the Mets and the Nationals tied 2-2. In Denver, the Dodgers are batting in the top of the 3rd, and they are shutting out the Colorado Rockies 5-0. Elsewhere tonight, Philadelphia will be at Pittsburgh. San Diego visits Houston. It's Arizona hosting St. Louis. And Cincinnati is out west playing at San Francisco. That's what's happening in the National League. Over in the American League, all night games. It'll be Boston visiting Baltimore. Cleveland is at Yankee Stadium to take on the New York Yankees. And come on, computer here. Love it when a laptop doesn't always work. Oakland is in Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. It's Detroit down at St. Petersburg to take on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Minnesota will visit Kansas City, and the parent club of the Kernels, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, will play host to the Seattle Mariners. That is your Midwest and Major League scoreboard update, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Remember, at Dick's, we love sports as much as you do. We will come back, take one final look at this game in this series, and then look ahead to a long bus ride home, and also to what's ahead for the Wizards, as the road trip is now halfway completed. 4 games down, 4 more games to go. We'll talk about that after our final break on the Wizard Post-Game Show here on ESPN Radio 1380.
Hey fans, how would you like to get a free ticket to a Wizards game? All you have to do is participate in Marathon's Fill-Up Card program. Here's how it works. Just stop in at a participating Marathon station and fill up your car with at least 8 gallons of quality Marathon gasoline. You'll then receive a Marathon Fort Wayne Wizards free ticket fill-up card that's already punched. Repeat the same process 2 more times and then take the card to the Wizards ticket office located at Memorial Stadium. After purchasing a Wizards game ticket at the regular price, you'll receive a second ticket of equal value absolutely free. You can't beat it. This Marathon Wizards fill-up card offer is valid
valid for all home dates during the 2005 season. Participating marathon stations are located in Bluffton, Columbia City, Decatur, Oakland, Huntington, Kimballville, Markle, Monroeville, New Haven, Oxy, and Wolf Lake, and Woodburn, as well as Fort Wayne. Marathon and the Fort Wayne Wizards, a great combination.
Time to wake up. Time to put on the jersey. Time to meet your friends at the gate. Time to flag down some bud. Time to take those empty seats. Okay, time to find your own seat. Time to watch people. Time to argue about stats. Time to welcome the home team as they take the field. Time to play ball. Time for the throw down the second. Time for the pitcher to take the mound. Time for the hitter to dig in and the catcher to give the sign and the ace to start his windup, and all of a sudden, just like that, it's game time. Game time. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, in Lewis, Missouri.
Wizards Radio on Fort Wayne's sports leader, ESPN Radio 1380.
Welcome back one final time to the Wizards postgame show. Mike Mize here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where this afternoon the Cedar Rapids Kernels got the brooms out. They swept the four-game series from the Wizards, winning today's finale by a score of 4-2. And folks, we are going to try to stress some positive notes. This is not a bad ball club that the Wizards have. They're just going through some rough times. And sooner, and I hope sooner than later, this team is going to get it back together. And when they do, the rest of the Midwest League had better look out. Tough game today. The Wizards again taking the early lead in the third inning, 1-0. It's the third time in the four-game series that the Wizards have had the lead at one point or another. But unfortunately, one tough inning for Fabian Jimenez, and that was the bottom of the third. And again, it's not a bad outing for Fabian. It's just that everything was rolled up into that one inning when 8 Kernels came to the plate. And again, Rodriguez with the single, Giannotti with the single, Sandoval being hit by a pitch. That loaded the bases right away. And Towns drew the bases loaded walk. And then Toussaint had the big double. And just like that, there were 3 runs that scored. And that, for all intents and purposes, was the ball game. And one problem the Wizards did have is they hit into 3 double plays. And credit good pitching and defense by Cedar Rapids for that. But on the plus side, 6 different Wizards had one hit this afternoon. Fabian Jimenez, he pitched 5 innings, actually one of his better performances. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 1, hit a couple of batters. Gavi Garcia gave up the 1 run in 2 innings of work. That run coming on the 2-out home run off the bat of Drew Toussaint. And Ryan Klatt gave up 2 singles were there, but struck out 3 batters in the bottom of the 8th inning. So a decent performance for Ryan. We hope that Colt Morton is okay. In case you didn't catch it earlier, Colt started today at first base, and he made a long stretch trying to nab a relay throw for a potential completion of a double play from Sean Kazmar at second base, and it was in the bottom of the 4th inning. He stretched, tried to keep it 1 foot on the bag, and even though he's 6'6", it was a long stretch, and we think it might have been a hamstring, it might have been a groin. We'll find out, hopefully, from trainer Paul Navarro and let you know tomorrow night. Hopefully it's not too serious and that Colt will be back in the lineup very, very soon. Well, as I said before, this road trip consisting of 8 games now halfway completed. The Wizards unfortunately dropped to 2-13 with this loss. They are in the basement in the East. The good news, they've already got a playoff spot locked up. It's just a matter of tightening up the hatches, eliminating some mental mistakes, getting a key hit, and get some good pitching. And hopefully that good pitching will start tomorrow night when the team, we will stop at home tonight for a brief respite. And tomorrow afternoon we get back on the bus and we'll head over to Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend to have a rematch with the South Bend Silverhawks, a 4-game series. First game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock game time, 6:40 with the Hoopie Insurance Service pregame show. We don't know yet who's going to be throwing the ball for South Bend, but we can give you 3 of the 4 starters for the Wizards. Tomorrow night it is right-hander Mike Ekstrom, who has a record of 10-3. His earned run average is 3.17. He's going to be out for revenge because less than 2 weeks ago he faced South Bend in South Bend and came out on the short end of a 3-0 score. Gave up a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 6th inning, so I know Mike's going to be looking for some revenge there. Saturday night, Clayton Hamilton will get the ball from manager Andy Reddy. He is 8-6. His earned run average 3.19. Sunday afternoon is a 1:30 start, and Joel Santo, who is 2 up and 6 down, will get the call there. And then that series will close on Monday night, another night game. Not sure yet who will pitch. Vern Sterry just spot in the rotation, but he was placed on the disabled list with some elbow problems in his pitching elbow, some soreness. Chris Steinborn made 1 spot start here. He may go again. It might be somebody else. That'll be determined by the Wizard Brain Trust. But that's what's up next for the Wizards. 4 more games at Kovalevsky Stadium, 3 night games and 1 Sunday afternoon game before the Wizards get a day off next Tuesday as the Major League All-Star game will take place at Comerica Park in Detroit. Well, that's going to wrap it up. We're going to pack up and get ready for the long bus ride home. I want to thank a lot of people. I want to thank the people here in Cedar Rapids, General Manager Jack Rader, who was on our pregame show last night, the Dean of Midwest League Broadcasters, full-time basis, John Rogers. Thank John. We thank the Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Brooks, the Kernel broadcast intern Julia Jansen, all for coming on board and lending their expertise on our broadcast today. I want to thank Scott back at the ESPN 1380 studios in Fort Wayne for turning all the knobs and dials and getting us on the air. I want to thank our sponsors who make these Wizard broadcasts possible. And last but never least, we thank you, the fans and the listeners, for tuning in to Wizards Baseball, be it over the radio at ESPN Radio 1380 or over the internet at FortWayneWizards.com. Hang in there, folks. The Wizards, they don't give up. Not something in Randy Reddy's vocabulary. They're going to keep trying no matter what the score, no matter what the situation. It's going to get better. Just as the weather has been great here in Cedar Rapids, there are bright days up ahead for the Fort Wayne Wizards. And hopefully those bright days will begin tomorrow night when the Wizards will start a brand new 4-game series with their arch rivals, the South Bend Silverhawks. Well, that'll do it. Again, our final score today in a game played in front of 3,293 fans here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Cedar Rapids Kernels 4, the Fort Wayne Wizards 2 until 6:40 tomorrow night. That is 6:40 Fort Wayne time tomorrow night. Mike Moss thanking you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of hopefully as beautiful an afternoon where you're at as it is here in eastern Iowa. And we thank you again as we bid you adieu now from Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
We hope you've enjoyed tonight's Wizards baseball game. Brought to you by Alco and Budweiser, Chevy, Taco Bell, Chrysler, Jeep, Verizon Super Pages, Best Western Luxbury, Bowman Automotive, Clem's Collectibles, College Football Hall of Fame, Crown Battery, East of Chicago Pizza Company, Harris Water Equipment, Holiday Inn Downtown, Indiana Education Savings, In Digital Telecom, Kraft Pizza and Nabisco, McGregor Furniture, Neurospine and Pain Center, Peter's Body Shop, Pet Supplies Plus, Radabaugh Auctioneers and Real Estate, Norman Auto Group, Straslows, True Colors Flooring, Ben Pro, and Extreme Carpet Cleaning. Thanks for listening, and join us again soon for exciting Fort Wayne Wizards baseball.